And once again, good evening, everyone that is watching and listening here on Varsity Sports Network, VSN Orlando, brought to you by the U.S. Marines and the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. Joining me again is co-host Kyle Hayes of the Central Florida Huddle. And man, we are just seconds away from kickoff. They're lining up now. Coach, this is it. This is for all the marbles right here in Orlando. I'm telling you right now, this could be a fight for who is the best team in Orlando right here.
Right now, man, look, we got them ranked 2 and 3. Somebody's going to either switch or stay the same.
That's right. Someone's always got to go or someone's going to be above 500. So we're going to find out real quick here, and I am very excited about this game. There was no other game on that schedule that I wanted to broadcast except for this one. And here we are 3 years later after starting this show, and I'm telling you what, guys, we are in for a treat. The weather has calmed down here, and we are excited for kickoff, which is just moments away, Coach.
Yeah, we're getting ready to start right now. Orlando Edgewater is lined up in their kick formation. Jones is in a return formation. Ready to kick this deal off, man. Here it is.
Go. We are off. Oh, that's a tricky one right there. He let him out of bounds. That's exactly the way that Jones wants to start this football game. I know it's wet conditions. I don't know if that was in the plans for the kicker, but Jones should get great field position starting off here, 1st and 10.
Yeah, they got 1st and 10 here at the 35-yard line, Bailey, and we'll see what's going to come out, right? Conditions play a big part in these type of games, so we'll see how the coaching staff sees what happens. It's going to be a little jab fest at first to kind of see what's what, because what you saw on film as coaches, right, it may not what you see right here. And they have elected to re-kick this ball because
smart.
Jones wants a great try to get a great
Jones
return.
Knows, man. They have explosive play everywhere, and special teams is definitely part of their game. And Coach Williams spends a lot of time on special teams, especially the times that I've been to their practices. He really takes care of the third of the game that a lot of coaches kind of miss out on. So he's really excited about his return game, and I feel like this was a great decision because, again, yes, the ball in the 35 might be great, but he has a couple guys back there that could break this deal wide open on the opening kickoff.
Yeah, real quick. So as you see, they go for the re-kick. They finally move the guy back for Jones, but they only have one returner back. Typically, you get 2 guys back. They want to make sure it's not going to be an onside kick. They see the guys are going into formation, so they're widening this deal out back to your typical formation. Jones has decided to leave the bottom of your screen and the return side open a little bit, so if this kicker you put it over there, you probably can get a good return.
Oh, here's a little pooch kick right here. Let's see if they can cover in the rain. He does just that. He's taking it, and not bad game. They probably got it to where they could have had it with the penalty. But like you said, man, let's see what they do. I know when I played for Coach Elijah Williams at Oak Ridge, rain or shine, he is throwing the football. And again, with Parker back there in the backfield, he definitely opens up the passing game, and he definitely didn't shy away from that against Cocoa in the pouring down rain several weeks ago in a big win at Cocoa. But again, we're going to see right here going out, Jones Tigers, what they're going to do in these conditions.
There you go, man. We got 1st and 10. Jones lines up. They have 2 split out wide to the top of your screen. They got one end tight with a tight end here in the shotgun right now. Get ready to take first play of the game.
I love it. First play, hand
outside
off to
zone
Parker.
Here, turns the corner up the field. Great job coming in by the Eagles, man, on the gang tackle. How do you look at that right now as an opening play, Bailey? What do you think? Good call, bad call?
Love it. I love it. Sets the tone early physically. He gains 7 yards on 1st and 10. That's exactly how you want to make a statement on the first play and just show the Eagles that they're not scared to run that rock just like they do against a lot of their opponents. So I love the first down play, and again, the battle will win in the trenches.
Got you. All right, man. Second and 2 right now. We line up. Got 4 wide receivers wide. Running back number 1 shifts to the other side, the top of your screen. And here's your pass. Quarterback steps up, delivers down the middle of the field, hits him right in stride, but he misses it due to a wet football. Could have been a huge play. Talk to us a little bit, Balin, about that scheme and that pass receiver concept.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about that throw right there. You know, the question mark for Jones has been the quarterback position, and what we saw there in the rain is Coach Williams saying, hey, I still have confidence in your ability to throw this football. You are a senior. You've been with this program for a while. Let's see you dial it up. And he threw a perfect pass on 2nd down and 2. So let's see what they do on 3rd and short.
Got you. Big boy going around the corner. The Eagles swarm to the ball. Stop him, causing a 4th and 4 situation for the Jones Tigers. That's an interesting call right there, right? You got a big guy. You want to put him around the edge. It's hard to tell his number 17, Mr. Adrian Jackson. Tries to take the little toss sweep outside, but the Eagles swarm to the ball and create a 4th down situation, which the Jones Tigers are going for right now.
Here it is, fourth and 4. Trying to get him off sides does not work. Coach Will loves this. We called it freeze when I was playing for him. Tries to get people off sides. He's very known for that. But great discipline with the Eagles defense. Does not go off sides there and force maybe this punt.
Yeah, man, we got a timeout by the Jones Tigers, right? They're going to go ahead and enforce this punt deal. And with that being said, we'll be headed to commercial break. Be back shortly.
In sports, we wear all types of equipment to protect ourselves from injury. One of the most important, yet neglected parts of the body are the ankles.
Research shows that more than 30% of all sports injuries are ankle-related. Preventing an injury is key in any sport and applies to any job where you're on your feet all day as well.
Prevent Sprain socks were scientifically designed and engineered for support, stability, and performance.
Stay active with PreventSprainSocks.com.
All right, we're back here with the Jones Tigers in punt formation on their first drive. They get sputtered out there.
It's a great defensive stop for the Eagles. Great punt.
Great punt. Will it die? Can the Jones Tigers gets it really inside the 5-yard line? Looks about the 2 to 3 yard line. Baylor, wow, you're talking about the Edgewater Eagles have to take this thing approximately 96, 97 yards for a score. Excellent punt by Jones right there. The ball dies in the wet conditions, the soft ground, doesn't get the roll that the Edgewater Eagles anticipated. It dies there, and guess what? We got a big a trick in front of us.
I like to, if I'm in that situation, I play my guy all the way back to the 1 yard line, and he has to make that decision to catch that football. He should have caught it there, but he let it go back, and now look, they're 97 yards away from the end zone. Let's see what they do to open up their series against Jones.
All right, 1st and 10, the Edgewater Eagles. You got C.J. Baxter in the backfield, gets the handoff. He's got the edge. He sets the edge there, gains approximately about 5 yards, man. Like I say, great safe play to get you out. You're in a tough situation. Your back is against the wall, man. Like I say, C.J. Baxter, we know he's the bell cow here for the Eagles in that sense, and they're going to feed me Seymour.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean?
And you saw who was on that tackle, Malik Bryant, the Miami commit. He's going to need to work hard this entire game to control that guy right there. You're going to see a lot of that tonight. Kind of similar to what Jones started with, that end-around run. Let's see what they do on second down here.
Another counter action right there by number 4 into the house. I'm telling you.
There he goes.
He can go all the way. And 4 ain't playing, baby. C.J. Baxter takes his things to the house, crosses the goal line for the touchdown. There's no laundry on the field. The 6 points will definitely stand as the Edgewater Eagles sideline is going bananas in the rain.
92-yard touchdown run for the Eagles. Cedric Baxter, the Texas commit, says, hey, it only takes 2 plays for me to see the end zone. What are you guys going to do all night with me, guys? Because the way that looks, he's already 8 yards away from 100.
He's already there, baby. Like I told you, man, big-time runner, big-time guy. Texas commit Cedric Baxter takes that thing 92 yards. Second play for scrimmage for the Edgewater Eagles. We're here at the field goal right now. They're lining up in the swinging gate formation. A lot of people just want to see how you're going to line up and do that thing, but guess what? You come out back to your standard formation for field goals, and we're going to get us a kick right here. It's hard to catch that kicker's number. I believe it is Stokes Bailey. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. Edgewater Eagles lead 7-0 over the Jones Tigers. We'll be going ahead and take a quick break right now, and I will be back momentarily.
Marijuana can impair your ability to drive, and that affects much more than just you. Drive baked, get busted.
All right, we're back here at Jones High School Stadium. Cedric Baxter just takes one 92 yards for the touchdown. Edgewater is set to kick off here in approximately a few seconds. You see Jones made sure it was not an onside kick, so you could tell that was something that they saw in the game plan. And we'll be taking this kickoff right now from Stokes Bailey in approximately 3 seconds.
Telling you what, I'm going to be very interested to see how Jones responds offensively. They don't find themselves much down in this football game or any game at that. So they let this one go to the back of the end zone. But again, let's see how they respond in a little bit of adversity. It's still very early, still with 9:26 left in the first quarter. They still have plenty of time to figure out what they need to do. No need to panic, but let's see how they respond in these type of conditions where it does favor Edgewater.
Let me tell you, the momentum meter is off the Richter scale right now for the Eagles, man, right? Big time run early in the game. Like you said, Coach Elijah Williams has been in this game for a long time. This is not the first time this ever happened to him. We'll see how he's going to bounce back and make a quick adjustment.
We got 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. We're back in gun. It's twins to the right. He plays up right down the middle. I like that play call, actually. First play, again, we're going to see what we're going to test up in the trenches. A good 6-yard gain on 1st and 10. Keep your composure, guys. Pick up the tempo a little bit, and let's see how you respond.
2nd and 5 right now. Jones go ahead and shifts into it. That last run was run by Jerron Parker. They set up right now in a 3-wide receiver set, inside zone. Jerron Parker again with the carry. Gains about a half a yard on there. Will set you up now at 3rd and 4. Balin, let me ask you a quick question, right, as they go fast. So let's make this quick because we want to get right back into the action. What do you do right here on 3rd and 4? Last time you tried to take it outside. What do you do here now?
I like to do a draw play or something quick to the edge just to get him in space. I like to do that real quick.
All right, we're going to find out right now. You got a bunch set here with the formation. 3rd and 3, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Quick shot to the edge, spot route.
Hey, people, the listeners might have thought I was the coordinator up here, but I'm telling you what, that's what Coach Will does, and that's what I was used to playing for him. So he likes to get everything quick, fast, and get your athletes the ball in their hands quick. Now we got 1st and 10.
Big-time tackle right there by Thomas Davis, number 14. Thomas Devin, number 14, man. But Jones does pick up the first down. We have 1st and 10. He's got the call from the sideline from Coach Will, who is the play caller for the Jones Tigers. We want to see right now how he lines up. You had a 3-wide receiver set with what they call a sniffer back.
He was almost busting that one, Coach Hayes.
Yes, sir. Good methodical run inside, right? And this goes to shows the characteristics of a seasoned coach, right? Most young coaches try to strike right back because they got to struggle on. But no, what is he doing? I'm taking 5-6 yard chunks at this
methodically going to break you down regardless of what the situation is. Coach Williams will never go away from his identity, which is why he's one of the best around in this area.
Got you. We got 2nd and 5, man. One split out wide inside. Again, Jerron Parker takes it for about a 4-yard. It'll end up being 3rd and 1 right here. Another 3rd down situation for the Jones Tigers. What happens now? You have a big back at number 17 that they gave it to last time in Adrian Jackson. Do you send big boy up the gut or you go around the corner?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, baby. We're going to run right again at their throats, 3rd and 1. Keep doing what you're doing. It got you 9 yards at this point in 2 plays. Keep going. Wear this Eagles defense down. Get a long drive and respond.
All right. We're at 3rd and inches, literally. You got Jerron Parker here, inside zone, straight ahead. Easy 1st down. We have a helmet off. Young man may have to come off the field for the Edgewater Eagles. Can't tell who it is, but again, this is showing a good response to a big play, right? Yep. We're talking about this could easily be, I apologize, that wasn't an Edgewater Eagle. That was a Jones Tiger who lost the helmet. Offensive lineman has to come off. But it goes to show you a great response to a big play. And keep chipping wood, and before you know it, the mighty oak turns to a toothpick.
That's right, and I promise you I'm not the offensive coordinator, but I did call that again. I know against Coach Williams what he's going to do. Coach Hayes, we got 1st and 10 right here.
1st and 10 again with the sniffer back. In motion, number 17, big Adrian. Big play in the backfield by number 33 from Edgewater High School. The defensive lineman, Cornelius Base. So with that being said, let me tell you, that puts Jones for the first time behind the sticks. I always talk about in these games, you got to win 1st downs. And right now Jones didn't win that 1st down. That's a huge loss right there. 2nd and 15, double sticks, bad conditions.
Now here I tell you, Coach Hayes, you're former coach yourself, former head coach, really successful at it. What are you doing in 2nd and long now in these conditions? Do you go back to like a draw or maybe even a screen, or what are you trying to do?
I'm telling you right now, 2nd 15, I'm still sticking inside. Don't panic. We got a quick roll out to the outside.
Man, I'm telling
you, that's right there. I have to be very honest with you. Incomplete pass. You were getting 6-7 yards of play. I would have went right back to the run, right? You would have ended yourself 3rd and medium. Now you're in a 3rd and super long situation, right?
No choice but to go for the pass.
You would have to go for the old typical, let's throw the screen, right? Yeah. And I believe Edgewater has been coached up well enough to know that the screen is coming. So at 3rd and 15 right now, we see the formation lining up right here. We had the 1 wide receiver out wide. This guy looks like a 3 technique out here at the bottom of your screen. But we're going to see right now at 3rd and 15 what kind of play we get from this. Edgewater showing that they may be bringing some pressure off the blitz. And they're playing sticks coverage, meaning keep your heels by the sticks and tackle everything in front of you.
Telling you what, looks like cover 4 here. I love anything in the middle of the field. I want to do a big-time post from the slot receiver. Let's see what happens here. You cannot, I mean, guys, I know we're trying to throw the hitch route on 3rd and forever, but come on. I don't like that play call at all. You might as well have ran the ball up the middle to see what's going on there. But, Hayes, I didn't like that play call there, or maybe the execution.
It was conservative, right? It's a hitch. It was a little thrown a little bit underneath. It's a hitch. Hopefully he was hoping his playmaker could make a play out of that deal, right? Because the further the route is, the harder you have to throw the ball. The conditions are wet. He's seen 2 big throws that's really been slipped off the receiver's hands. So Jones is in a punt formation right now to punt to the Edgewater Eagles. We'll see how this is. They've been close and blocking it once already, but that punter is out of sight from Jones. We got to return here up the sideline. Hey! Get some. Let me tell you something. I can't tell you who gave it to him, but that Tiger clawed up.
Big time.
All right. We got a guy. It looks like a guy is.
Tell you right now, there is a penalty on here, but I'm telling you right now, as of right now, as it stands for Jones, the player of the game is the kicker. That was 2 excellent punts right there by Jones kicker, which is something that we don't really talk about for Jones Tigers. That was really impressive right there. Keep backing them up, and they're deep in their territory. But again, Cedric Baxter, let's see what he does. It only took him 2 plays last time. Let's see what happens this drive and how they respond on their touchdown drive in the previous possession.
Yeah, man, like I said, that was a great drive. It started off excellent for Jones, coming out methodically, but when you lose first downs, sometimes coaches, we get in panic mode and we feel like we got to gain what we lost plus some back. And sometimes we can't do that. You got to stick with what you're going. Get your 6-7 yards.
Now we're going to send it down to Madison Little for a little information. What's going on?
Yeah, guys, I'm here on the sidelines, and the rain is letting up just a little bit. Still a little muggy down here. The floor is definitely wet. And, Balin, we saw it there. As you predicted, the run game from Cedric Baxter is kind of going to be the story of tonight. The ball's too wet to get too many throws in, but the run game is strong, and we are seeing that from Edgewater. Hopefully Jones can turn it around and get some points of their own. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Madison, for that information from the sideline. Again, she's down there on the field, in the poncho, in the wet conditions. But first down, great stop by Jones there, only giving up 1 yard on 1st and 10. That was impressive there. Again, another run up the middle by Cedric Baxter. Let me guess, Coach Hayes, you might see that again.
Yeah, man, we had 2nd and 9. We got a trips formation here to the bottom of your screen. What are they trying to do? Isolate and thin out that box some, right? Jones says, not so fast, my friend. We're going to go man up across the board. We're going to put our safeties down tight. And 4, you won't be doing that again. Oh.
Wow.
They called it incomplete. Jones goes tight for the strip, right? They called it incomplete. And again, these are risks. I hate to say this, but these are risks that I personally will not be willing to take right now because of the conditions. People don't understand. The X's and O's in your playbook are black and white lines. These are real conditions and real people, and people are going to drop this ball, and you got a great momentum right now. You don't want to give it back with a very short field, man.
I'll tell you what, as a quarterback myself and have been in the game a while, I am never calling a bubble when I have a press corner. That is disaster waiting to happen, a pick six, a big hit, or something that could result in a fumble. I would have checked out of that play if it was up to me, but again, it resulted in a penalty for Edgewater, moves the change, and gets him a first down.
We got a big personal foul right there on Jones, gets him out of bad territory. Orlando Edgewater starts over. C.J. Baxter moves out in an empty set. He's moving inside to the slot, motioning over to the weak side, creating trips to the top of the field. Referee stops the action right here. Not sure why we have, apparently it looks to be a timeout by Orlando Edgewater. We'll be headed to a quick break, and we'll be back momentarily.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world, always connected, but somehow alone, trapped by illusion. We offer another path, where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling, united by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
All right, we're back. Jones High School, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Quarterback draw up the gut, not going for it. The Tigers pounce on the quarterback for the quarterback
that goes
draw.
Absolutely nowhere.
Let me tell you something, Balin. Back to what? Winning first down. Let's see how they respond. Losing first down. You're double sticks now. 2nd and 15 for the Eagles. Let's find out how this works for these guys. This is going to be super important. Will they throw the ball? I hope they throw it vertically and not laterally. Because laterally causes scooping scores.
I like number 4 in that backfield, though. You never go around handing him the rock. And there you go. Right up the middle. 2nd and long. You give it to number 4. And 4 we trust. Right, Coach Hayes? That's what you like to say.
That's right. They give it to 4, but they give it back to what they call an under. Popko is known for that. So they give it to 4. Get everybody flowing that way. He gives it back underneath. Looks like number 20, the running back for the Eagles, man, to get a huge gain. 3rd and 5.
It's a big-time gain on 2nd down. It makes a manageable 3rd down conversion. We got a motion guy over here. We are in shotgun chase. He's calling the direct snap. They're trying to get him offside. It's kind of like what Coach Jones does a lot of the times there on 3rd and short, try to get a easy penalty there. But let's see what they do here on 3rd down.
Cedric Baxter steps up to the right-hand side. Outside zone by Cedric Baxter to the short out of the field. This young man's vision is ridiculous. His jump cuts are out of control. This guy was tackled in the backfield for a loss.
Insane.
Puts his foot in the ground. Guess what? Not thinking about the condition. Puts his foot in the ground. Sticks it. The cleats hold up. And he pounds it through the thing for a first down. Way to get out of those double stick situations, man.
You know what? You know what, Coach Hayes? You know what, Coach Hayes? It might be raining out there. There's no thunder or anything, but guess what? There's some lightning and electricity out there, and that player right there, number 4, Cedric Baxter, the Texas commit, is electric with the ball in his hand.
Another personal foul adds 15, right? Another insult to injury when it comes to this. That's 30 yards Jones has given up just in penalties on this drive where they actually had their backs against the wall. Right
penalties
now,
will kill you in big games like this.
1st and 10, 4 wide receivers. Number 4 in the backfield steps up for the block. Long pass in the middle of the field. Tries to throw the ball incomplete, a little bit low on the way, but was very catchable by number 7, Kemp McGee.
He is special. That kid right there, the kid that just dropped the pass, that kid's a special part of this program and a special part of this offense. I feel like Chase rushed a little bit. You have like a curl flat concept there. Don't rush the throw. You actually have protection. It was a great pocket. He didn't even get touched. His jersey's still white. Make the throw. Yes, it's rainy. Yes, the ball's wet. But like you said, Coach Hayes, you got to practice with wet conditions, and he should have made that throw. But here we go. 2nd and long. Let's see what they do here.
2nd and long, you got Kemp McGee in a traditional tight end position, 3-point stance. You got number 4 in the inside zone, and there you go. Again, pushing the pile. Jones does a good job. Possibly a 3-yard gain there on 2nd down will bring it up to about 3rd and 7. Right now, situation, do you run with 4 or do you throw this ball in the middle, which has been open, just has not been caught.
And that's why I say pass on 3rd and 7 is manageable. They're a clean pocket. They are winning up front right now in the trenches. I do an intermediate route, get it something out, maybe a flood concept, a curl flat situation, make an easy throw, and try to move the chains that way.
Got you. Right now, 3rd and 7. They line up to a trips formation. We call it tray, where it's trips with a tight end at the top, at the bottom of your screen, and Kemp McGee is attached to the line. Cedric Baxter makes it a 4 strong. Watch him out the backfield. Kemp McGee underneath. Oh, we're going to get a penalty here. You're actually going to get a penalty. I'm going to tell you what it was. It was supposed to be a screen, but because Kemp McGee caught the ball in front of the line of scrimmage, you're going to get illegal man downfield. This ball should be coming back. That's a real keen call by the referees. Most guys would have let that go.
And that's when I know these refs know what they're doing. When you call something like that, because for most of us, we'd watch that play like, wow, that's a great play call. But those refs are doing a really good job right now. Great play call. I know, again, Jones been bitten right now with the penalties. That was a huge one for Jones in that situation. But I'm going to be honest with you. If it was behind the line of scrimmage, that is a phenomenal play call by Coach Duke.
They're a tight end screen, right? You fake it to Cedric Baxter with a swing route here to the bottom of your screen. Come back with Kemp McGee. Kemp McGee actually was in front of the line. If he slips back underneath the line of scrimmage, that play is legit.
Legit as it gets right there, Coach Hayes. So now we are backed up 3rd and 20. Let's see what they do here. I know we have a timeout to call about this, so we're going to come back right here after a short break after this timeout to get right back into this action. We're right here on the Varsity Sports Network Orlando channel.
We're often asked, what's more important in retirement, having a great plan or working with a great advisor? The answer is that both are vitally important to your retirement success. Retirement planning is not just a one and done. Even the best plans will need to be adjusted. That's exactly why you need an experienced partner to guide you on your journey. How confident are you? Call us today for a second opinion.
We're back with live action here at Jones High School. Let me tell you something. The Edgewater Eagles are up 7-0. They came out, they punched them in the mouth immediately, but the Tigers have responded. We're currently right now at 4th and 15 coming off a timeout. Right now we're going to punt this ball.
Just to clarify for the viewers, we came back from break. We were assuming it's 3rd and long. No, they actually lost a down due to that penalty, so it is 4th down and 20. So now we're getting a punt here by the Eagles.
Good punt, a little flat ball. Again, the ball is going to die. Players have to anticipate. It is a soggy ground. The ball is not going to hit and roll very far due to. We're going to head on down. We're going to head on down to Madison Little. We're going to go back to it, and we're going to talk a little bit. Talk to us in this change of possession right now. What are we going to do?
Yeah, I think that Jones, again, goes right back to what you talked about last possession. Just go to what they've been working. It's 9 yards here, 6 yards here. Run the ball. I think right now both sides offensively are winning in the trenches. So I think that Jones needs to go right back to the run. The pass clearly isn't working right now. You're going to have to some point get him comfortable throwing the rock. These receivers have to catch the football. That's 2 drops, not on the quarterback. But let's see. I think they're going to open up with a run here on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 with approximately 2 minutes left in the quarter. Inside right there. Great jump cut by the young man. Stay outside.
Talk about being at the right place at the right time. That could have been disastrous for Jones as he fumbled on the beautiful jump cut, but you got to secure the ball, especially with the ball being so wet. But, man, again, talk about being at the right place at the right time. He just saved Jones from great disaster.
Yeah, man. We also, another Tiger lost his helmet. He has to come out of play. Guys, screw those things on tight. You can't afford to come out of play.
Like
that
they say,
used to kill me, man.
Strap that helmet.
Hey, I'm losing a big-time player because you want to be cool. I need you to be ready. You understand? Well, here we go. We're at 2nd and 4 right now in Jones Stadium, here at Tiger Stadium. Quarterback is set. Getting ready to pass. Looks down sideline. He has a guy open.
Oh, he dropped it. A
big-time play by the DB. He had it in his hands.
Oh.
DB punches it out at the last second.
Great defensive
Hard to
play.
get a number on that young man, but guess what? Great throw.
Beautiful
great
throw.
Catch. Great punch out.
Yeah, all of it. Great football.
Great.
Especially in the rain. That was probably one of the best thrown footballs you can do with the conditions at bay. And I'm telling you, Coach Will is showing confidence in this quarterback. We had talked about him earlier, the struggles that he's had early in the season. But, man, you talk about a legit throw, a Division I throw. That's the caliber of throws that Coach Williams has coached here in the past and on his resume at the quarterback position. Oh, and they actually called it a catch. They called it a catch, and he punched it out at the last second when he was already down. That is going to be an interesting call here. I have never seen that before. We have no instant replay, Hayes, in high school football. Now they're saying that it was a catch, and the guy punched it out after he was down. What is that?
My instant memory says if he calls that a catch, he punches it out. I didn't even remember him falling. Maybe the punching it rolled out of bounds. So, therefore, because it rolled out of bounds, I'm a little lost on it. No, it has to be a penalty because the throw is way further than where they're
maybe it's
up.
a pass interference. I've never seen anything like this.
Call, but
there's no explanation. Now look at this. Now they're going backwards. Come on, we just gave the refs a compliment. Guys, what's going on down here? Speaking of refs, there are plenty of them out here today that we're going to announce later on who's refereeing this game. But right now, what in the world is going on here?
All right, hold on 1 second. Let's see if we can get a signal. Let's see if we can get a call here. There's not been any call or any indication to the press box of what the actual call is or what the situation is going on. So let's just take a pause for a second. Let's see what's going on here. Everybody at home, if you're watching, get your popcorn because this is about to be a movie.
I'll tell you what, Hayes. There's been a touchdown in this game. There's been some big plays, big hits. But that was the most excitement that I've seen from both sidelines in that whatever just transpired. We saw Jones hyping up, chest bumping off that, whatever that was. You got Edgewater looking at the sideline like, refs, what's going on? You got coaches in the refs' ears like, what's going on? That was pretty legit excitement there for pretty much nothing, really.
Well, we don't know what happened. No, they still never made an identifying signal for why they moved the ball forward. If it was incomplete, it is
1st and 10, Hayes.
Right, it is 1st and 10, but if it was incomplete, it's not where the spot is. If they moved it up, they never indicated if it was the defensive holding or illegal hands to the face.
Maybe it could have been a roughing the passer, but we're going to get the conversation. But Coach Duke right now is giving it a earful to these refs. If you look at the screen right now, he is letting him have it because everybody, including us up here, which probably has the best view of the game, is very confused on what could have been called there. All it was a great throw, a great potential catch, and a great defensive play, and yet we're sitting here 6 minutes after that play wondering what's going on. But we do see first
and never saw a flag. I never saw a flag.
There you go, Hayes. I didn't even see a yellow flag
there we
anywhere.
Go. Coach Cam Duke just got his first flag for the sideline warning that potentially will come out over there to the top of the field. Wow. All right. So real quick, we have an explanation for our listeners. In here in the booth, it was technically ruled a fumble. Edgewater's receiver picks the ball up like they do in practice and returns the ball back this way. Where the ball is spotted is where they considered him to be down by Edgewater. I'm confused.
But
You're confused.
Jones
hey, guess what? Hit the reset button, man. 1st and 10. Let's get this thing rocking.
Okay, there we go. Now we see some flags. What is going on here,
all right,
guys?
Hold on.
Let's emotion of this football game, guys.
All right, let's slow this down for a second. Listen. Let me get an explanation. We just talked about it. There was a deep pass. They ruled that a fumble by the punch-out.
So I guess he caught. They gave him the catch then.
Yeah, they gave him the catch.
Okay.
Jones Tigers pick it up. The receiver picks it up, brings it back this way.
I see.
Then they considered him down. That's why they got
Okay, so Edgewater never recovered it and brought it back to the Jones sideline. The Jones receiver picked it up, assuming it was incomplete, brought it all the way back, and they just marked him out where the ball was. Okay, that makes sense. So it was indeed a great catch for Jones. It could have been a touchdown if he would have went the other way, but we didn't know even up here. So, Hayes, I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again in high school football. I guess that's why, hey, you know what? We're going to take this film to the FHSAA and show why there needs to be some type of replay in high school football, because right there could be the difference of a big-time play or an incompletion, and we're going to just move forward from what we all thought was here in the booth.
I love it, man. 2nd and 10, man. Double sticks. 2nd and 15, I apologize. 4 wide receivers. Jones is in a passing predicament right now. They threw that last pass a little too high, a little too hard. Quarterback has some wheels, but great tackle right there by number 23 from Edgewater High School coming in, and that is Elijah Edwards coming in from his defensive line position, because that could have potentially been a huge play.
Yeah, I love it. He breaks the line of scrimmage. Cover 4 is a run-stop defense. They're putting everybody in the box. They're going to say, hey, beat us in the pass, which is great for the passing attack, especially in a cover 4. That's a home run hitting defense. But right there, you break the line of scrimmage, there's nothing but green grass. Great tackle by the Edgewater Eagle. That could have been a really big play, Hayes.
3rd and 8 right now. Jones has the ball. It's drying up out there on the field. Good, easy throw, but misses his wide receiver
wide open
by a mile. It's going to end up being 4th and 8 right now. You may see the Jones Tigers come out and punt because their punter has been excellent so far.
You cannot miss a player that is that wide open who's committed to Maryland. He was looking at 6 right there, and, man, that would have been a big-time play for the Tigers. Might as well shout out the on-field game officials for this game. Referee Dare Royal, umpire Jamel Taylor, linesman Robert Bob King, line judge Corey Fleming, back judge A.J. Thomas, and the clock operator LaDanya Royal. Great job, guys. Let's get it together here. 4th down and 4th and 8. Here we go, Hayes. Let's see what they can do on special teams and see if this kicker can keep it up with his great kicks. And looks like he just did that.
Edgewater put back 2 returners. You got one coming up the sideline. He gets it back. He returns that ball to approximately about the 35, 40-yard line. We don't have numbers on the field for Edgewater, so we're thinking right about the 40-yard line there. We're coming up real close, 16 seconds to the end of this quarter. You're going to get a special report from our own Madison Little here in a little bit. But before we do that, let's go find out how these Edgewater Eagles plan on fighting in the rest of this game? Are they going to swoop down with their eagle talons and make it happen? Or are they going to run these Tigers out the stadium?
Find a new zoo for them.
All right, here we go, guys. 1st and 10. You had you have a trip set here. You got CJ Baxter lined up to the top of your screen.
I love Edgewater's tempo here. They feel like they're really controlling this football game. It is looking like it's all Eagles in this first quarter with 16 seconds remaining.
Inside zone there from number 4. What's scary about that joker is that he can pop it at any time. It looks like he gets into a pile, but he'll pop right out of there and take that thing 60, 70, 80 at any given moment. We're running up here at the end of the quarter right now. So what we're going to do is head on down to our own Madison Little for a sideline report.
Guys, one thing we're seeing from both teams tonight is a lot of emotion, and that's because not only are these two rival teams, two very talented teams, two very traditional schools, but this is now a district matchup. The redistricting brought these two very talented schools into the same district, so a lot more is on the line. Both coaches told me that there's not added pressure per se, just added risk. So we'll see how this matchup plays out, but so far it's very emotional. Coaches are very passionate about getting the right calls, as we saw a few minutes earlier. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Yes, Madison, she is correct on that. It is very emotional out here. This game means a lot to both programs, not just because of the rivalry and these head coaches, but because of the implementation and that's going to take place later on with the playoff situation. That is going to be very huge. This game really does matter when it comes to winning and losing because, again, this could implement home field advantage in the playoffs. So Edgewater wants this win. Jones is at home. They want this win. I'm telling you, talking to both coaches this week, they both want this win. So this game means a lot. We are getting that atmosphere of a state championship feel. I'm telling you what, guys, if you're here and you haven't listened to it as we're talking, it is completely packed here, stand rooming only, people on the fence. It is crazy here at this atmosphere at Jones High School.
Definitely, man. Let's kick this thing off. We had 2nd and 8. The crowd is going wild. Edgewater Eagles have it. Motion here by number 21 to the top of your screen. Motion to the sniffer back, double motion, jet screen. 13 takes it around the edge. Fumbled the ball. No indication yet. No indication yet.
Great recovery by Edgewater.
66 offensive lineman for the Eagles falls on the ball to save the drive. We have 3rd and 7 situation right now. Talk to us. It has dried up out here. The field is still a little wet, but the more they play on it, the more it'll dry up. The balls, I think, are pretty good. Talk to us. What do you do right here, 3rd and 7 situation?
I'm telling you, I'm going to call this before it happens. I like a little screen action here. Let the blitz come. They think we're going to run it to CJ. Let them slip out and throw a little screen right here on 3rd and 7.
You got Kemp McGee, I believe, here in the slot. They jump off sides here. You have jumping off sides here, which puts the Eagles in a 3rd and 2 situation.
Right.
Now the playbook is open.
Completely changes what I just said.
It doesn't open my playbook. I got one page on page 4.
Yes, sir.
If you ask me.
And we on the same page, Hayes. And we handing that baby to 4 We Trust.
And 4 We Trust. It's 3rd and approximately 2 or 3 right here. I'm on page 4 right now. Give me the ball, coach. Put the team on my back. We going to the promised land, baby.
And this could be in 4 we bust that thing open. So we're going to find out real quick on 3rd and short, Hayes.
I love it. They got him set up. It's a lot of check with me. These offenses today don't really huddle and call a play. It's a lot of check with me based on what you see. Passes the ball on 3rd and short with the go ball.
I do not like that play call unless Coach Duke wants to go for it on 4th and 2. I'm telling you right now, that is the only way that is acceptable to throw a ball like that with a running back in the backfield on 3rd and short. If you are knowing already you're going for it on 4th and 2 because you don't do that type of play, especially with a horse in 4 We Trust.
Let me tell you something. Hey, man, every coach is wish to do what they like. It's 4th and 3. Let me tell you something. I'm going for it right now in 4. But that's what Coach Duke chose to do is his team.
Wow.
He's flying high with the Eagles, and he's going to punt this ball off. Gives Jones Tiger another opportunity to try and score before we reach the half. 10:55 left in the second quarter right now at 4th and 2. Can we see a fake right here, baby?
You know what? That just popped in my head. You just never know, guys. Coach Duke is known for doing crazy things. And this, don't be surprised if there's a fake. But the way it's looking, what did we just talk about? There's the fake, and there's a stop by Jones. Actually loses a yard. Wow. I told you, that's the only way that would have been acceptable to go for it on 3rd and short, is if you know that you got something in your back pocket. And sure enough, they called it, but they were stuffed. That could be the momentum Jones needs to really flip this game around. Coach Hayes, you know as well as I know, we talk about it on your show on Saturdays with the Hurricane Talk. Things like this can change entire football game, and we're going to remember plays like this later on.
Listen, interceptions, fumble recoveries do help with momentum. But when you get special team stops and special team block kicks, the momentum meter is through the roof. Don't be surprised if you see these orange jerseys striking down the field.
If I know Coach Will and playing under him, he will take a shot. And he know, especially in a cover 4 situation, hello, baby, we hitting them go posts on them posts.
I love it. 1st and 10 right here. You got motion to the outside, wheel route underneath. Here's your screen action. The Eagles are swarming to the ball. All you can see is a sea of white jerseys on top of this young man. Even though you got a substantial gain there, 2nd and about 5. Great pickup there on 1st down, winning 1st down, making that happen. The momentum is going that way. The band is going. The fans even told us, fake that. You understand? So I'm loving it right now.
Hey, I really like that play call. Again, we're thinking the top's going off. I know Coach Duke is probably thinking safeties, stay back, and he goes right underneath. And guess what? They're going to give it to you if they're playing 8 yards off the ball. Take what they can give you. Move down the chains. Keep moving the football closer to that end zone so we can tie this bad boy up. 2nd and 4. Here he goes.
There's
the top is up. He's there. It is on. Whoa! Come on.
He got the shot.
Guys. Effort. But
He took
the shot, and he should have hit again.
Yeah, so he took the shot there on 3rd and 5, right? I mean, he can make these opportunities. It was a little bit overthrown. You're the quarterback guru. Quarterback has to get at just a little bit more air to let him fight to get up underneath it. But he was running full stride to try to get it, just a little bit too much arm in that situation. But again, we're at 3rd and 5. I would consider this 2-down territory.
Yeah, they're
I
definitely
wouldn't
going
punt here, but it's too far for a field goal. So you got 2 downs to get 4.5 yards. Hey, go for
Watch the hard count here. Coach was going to get him off on the hard count. No, they go straight up with it. He's looking. Flood concept. Perfect. Hits him right in stride right there. 1st down, Tigers. He's fighting. But great play call, intermediate route, make it simple for the quarterback, especially in these conditions. He's actually throwing the ball really well right now, very accurately, besides the last pass on the last drive. But I'm telling you right now, Coach Williams is methodically breaking Edgewater down right here on this drive after all that momentum on that turnover on special teams. Look for them to, once again, maybe take a shot. But again, like we talked about earlier, I wouldn't get too crazy. Just keep doing what you're doing, move the chains, and get this game tied.
Right now we're at 1st and 10 after that great catch. Quarterback is feeling the screen action underneath. Had to throw it away. Defensive lineman stayed back. Big number 19 for Edgewater is Corey Austin. The defensive line sniffed it out. The quarterback had to kind of throw it at his feet to save the day. 2nd and 10. Didn't lose anything on 1st down. So you still kind of won 1st down in that instance, right? But we can see right now the momentum is changing so far as the scheme. We can tell right now that Jones is a little pass happy, and I thought they did extremely well running the ball earlier.
Here we go, 2nd and long. Coach Hayes, we're back to pass. He's feeling hot right now. He's comfortable in the pocket, but there is a huge sack by number 33. You've called him tonight, Hayes. Who do we got there?
Number 33, Cornelius Bass on the sack. The defensive lineman from Edgewater, 6'2", 206 pounds. He could have actually got the strip sack, caught the quarterback with the ball down by his waist, but now you're in a 3rd and super long situation. I don't know if you take that shot, but I'm going to tell you one thing. Edgewater, they specialize in a cover 4 too high look. Middle of the field is wide open. If you can get that bang 8, you can get that post or that deep dig in there, it's wide open.
Hayes, I would have liked to run there to make it 3rd and manageable here. Now you're looking at 3rd and long. Again, you've been doing so well with the run game. I would have done an inside zone there, but now we're in 3rd and long. Here's back to pass. He throws to the side, almost a pick. He drops the pick. That's what I'm saying, guys. Now we're trying to force things. Let's stay within our identity. Let's stay within ourselves. Don't get too happy. Now it's 4th and 18. Do you go for it here? You have to. There's no way a kicker's going to make a 40-something yard field goal right here in these conditions, at least in my opinion. But here you go. We're going to see what they're doing here. They're bringing out the punt team, probably pin them deep. But, man, that was a drive that looked so promising, Coach. And then, sure enough, the sack just takes away all the momentum.
Real quick, man, big shout out to Kylan Meadows right there, the cornerback who almost came up with the pick. Almost took that. Could have taken that to the house, man.
He had reservations for 6, my guy. He was out of here.
So we have the big leg punter here from Jones High School. Hopefully he takes a little bit off of this and not to end up over there on Tampa Avenue somewhere. If you ask me, this guy has been booming these deals. He takes a little bit off. Great job.
Like it. I like the kick. It's going to get a good roll here. Let it go. Don't be cute. Don't be cute, Edgewater. There we go. Now you pin him deep. Now you got to force Cedric Baxter to do what he did in the first drive. He's got to take it a long ways if they want to reach that end zone. But, hey, don't get us wrong. They have the firepower to do it, and it starts with, in 4 we bust and in 4 we trust.
Yeah, we ready to rock and roll. Change of possession here, man. First and 10. We have first and 10 right now for the Eagles. We'll see how they come out. They huddled up on the sideline with Coach Duke. The Tigers are already out on the field. They're ready to go bite something. It started off to seem as if it may be a blowout with the way he ran out the second play, but the Tigers have made adjustments defensively. They pretty much had number 4 under wraps. But does that mean he's always under wraps? Let's find out right now. First and 10. It trips to the bottom of your screen.
Man, I cannot wait to see the amount of carries this young man's going to have at the end of this night. I mean, I feel like at least 2 of the 3 downs on every single first down is going to number 4. Again, a nice end around, something they used earlier in the game that worked for about 6 or 7 yards. That one, they get nothing there. So I think Jones is really settling, like you just mentioned. We thought this could have been a wide-open game, but Jones is settling in defensively, and I like what we're seeing here from both teams, but more specifically Jones' defense and their adjustments.
Yeah, right now, hope Edgewater can't panic. Don't throw the ball. Keep it in there. Give it to 4.
And there goes the extra dynamic that Chase Carter brings to Edgewater, his feet. He is very, very deceptively fast. I'm telling you what, this kid is freakishly athletic at his size, and he can run. And that's something with UC number 4 consistently getting the ball. You're going to see plays like that really work for Edgewater because there's no game plan for 3. It's all for 4.
And forward outside right there, you got to kind of pull and guard the outside zone. And I'm telling you, this guy gets behind his pads. That's some tough running. Brings up second and about 6 yards right now. We got an Eagle down right now. We'll see how fast the trainers are going to come out and take care of him. But before we make a decision to go to break, to see, depending on how long he's going to be, talk to us real quick about how that momentum swung for the Tigers. They had it moved up. They got the sack. Talk to us. How does that work from the coaching standpoint?
Yeah, again, you got to settle these guys in. You get so emotionally up for a big play like that when they stop them on a special teams fake, punt or whatever. Now you move down the chains, get 2 critical first downs easily, and then you find yourselves backed up punting in a situation like this. Now you got to go back on the defense and have to stopping a player like number 4. As a coaching standpoint, you just got to have those players believe in the process. You got to don't get too hyped. The game is still very early. Just stay within yourself.
Definitely, man. Guess what? That was a quick injury. They got him up off the field real quick to keep the action going. 7:22 on the clock here in the second quarter. Edgewater's got their back away from the wall right now. We're going to see how they're going to take this deal. 4 has been getting a lot of carries here at 2nd and 5. Roll out to the short side of the field by number 3, Chase. He throws it up. Interception. Did he call it incomplete?
Incomplete. Quarterbacks, okay, as a quarterback trainer, quarterbacks, you don't float the ball like that. You just can't do never throw the ball late. If you don't like it, throw it away or take a hit, do something manageable. You don't do that, especially against a team like Jones.
Man, listen, Jones comes up with the interception, but unfortunately his feet are out of bounds, so therefore the Eagles keep the ball at 3rd and 5, man. Great play like Balin just said. You have to make a decision. That goes through with experience. But what you're going to get here at the bottom of your screen by number 1 for Edgewater Eagles in Kai Battles is going to be a one-on-one deal pretty much. Can he throw that ball to him?
When in doubt, in 4 we bust. 3rd and 4, he
patience.
gives it to you, a hard run. I'm telling you what, Coach Hayes, that looked like it was stuffed in the back. He had to find a crease, and sure enough, he did. In 4, we bust. We're going to say that all night pretty much because it seems like he's the only one really doing something. So I'm telling you what, Hayes, that looked like it was going nowhere. Now it turned into a first down Eagles.
You know why that play worked? His patience. Pulling guards came around. He had his hand on his back. He waited, put his foot in the ground and punch that thing. And because he's 6'3", 215, he drugged some of these Tigers with him. 1st and 10 from the edge for the Eagles. Quarterback under, I thought he was under center as a sniffer back. So anticipate this ball going right up the gut here. Here we go.
There it is. Chase Carter, great job defensively to stop that. Looked like, again, there was a little crease. Everybody's obviously game planning for Cedric Baxter or the receivers, and sure enough, Chase Carter takes it up on a quarterback counter. I'm telling you what, though, Madison Little tells us from the sideline report that it is starting to come down with the rain. So now we're really going to see some heavy dosage on the ground.
Yeah, we have 2nd and 7 right now. Edgewater is moving this ball. They're kind of in charge right now. Here we go again. Great patience by 4. Doesn't get much on that great swarm right there from the Tigers as the sea of orange takes care of them. Big Robinson here on the tackle there for Jones Tigers, man. DeAndre Robinson wearing number 6. He's a big guy.
He just got a USC offer this week. That kid is special. Again, an Edgewater transfer. Guys that are listening, he is an Edgewater Eagle, now a Jones Tiger. He came over here trying to compete for a state title with Coach Elijah Williams. He makes a great play there. And again, congratulations to him. He just earned an offer this week to the University of Southern California on the West Coast.
3rd and 5 right here. We spread out. Quarterback draws back for a pass. Right up the sideline by number 1.
Beautiful
I just brought
throw.
his name up.
Out of bounds, so you got to give your player a chance. As a quarterback in that situation, you can't make a play if it's out of bounds. Give him a chance. I'm telling you what, I know Coach Duke is a perfectionist. Hey, there's going to be some words on that sign like, give our athletes a chance to make a play, Chase. So, again, you got to do something like that, but he did not put the ball in harm's way there, so they are punting. But I think that was a very critical stop for the Jones Tigers, especially with 5 minutes left in the half. They are dominating the time of possession, the Eagles are. So Jones needs to figure out their identity and find a way to get to the end zone right here on this drive to go into half with some type of momentum. And I guarantee you one thing, Hayes, they're not faking this punt.
No, they're going to go ahead and kick this ball, but you better be aware of Jones Tigers. Gillens, number 13, at the top of your screen back there to return it. This guy has some will, so if they've been doing their scouting report properly, they would definitely keep it away from him and kick it away from Gillens because this guy has some fire on his cleats even though it's raining.
You say he's at the top of the screen. Well, he could take the top off, and they kick it right to him. Let's see what happens here. It's a short kick. Get away from it. Great job. Here we go. Now the Tigers start 1st and 10. Again, how do they respond here, Hayes, to go into halftime with momentum? Can they tie this game? Can they go up 1 point? Can they be down 1 point? Can they be down a touchdown? We're going to find out real quickly, but we're going to take a quick break, and we come back. Let's see how Jones responds.
In sports, we wear all types of equipment to protect ourselves from injury. One of the most important, yet neglected parts of the body are the ankles.
Research shows that more than 30% of all sports injuries are ankle-related. Preventing an injury is key in any sport and applies to any job where you're on your feet all day as well.
Prevent Sprain socks were scientifically designed and engineered for support, stability, and performance.
Stay active with PreventSprainSocks.com.
It's raining, man.
Now you can see it from our standpoint. The booth is coming down. The lights are being kind of covered so far as the drain. The rain. We're out of control up here in the booth. Let me tell you something, man. We're at Jones Tigers. We're at the stadium, man. It is packed house. Umbrellas everywhere. People everywhere. The cheerleaders say, forget those ponchos. We here for our Tigers. We cheering, baby. Let me tell you something, man. This is out of sight. The competition level right now is super high, Balin. What do you take right here after this 1st and 10? We'll talk about that when it comes to the Tigers, how they're going to respond.
They're looking like a cover 0 look, still cover 4. I do like motion to kind of get them out of their zone, but I'm still going heavy dose, inside run, inside zone, counter, trap, whatever the case may be. Win the line of the trenches and move the chains. I think that's what Jones needs to do. That's what's been working for them all night. Now they find themselves behind the chains off a penalty. I'm telling you what, just go to what's been working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
You're right, but guess what? What's broken is that false start. That false start hurting us right now. That false start hurt us right now. We again with double sticks. I tell people the false start throws us off here. It's 1st and 15. So Jones Tigers has to find their rhythm. They still
I still like inside zone here. What do you think, Hayes?
Outside zone to the top of play action.
Oh, here we go. We actually get him out of the pocket, turn the shoulders, make a tough throw. He is a left-handed quarterback rolling right. That is a very tough throw. I know where the ball is on the field, but I'm telling you what, I don't know, man. I like inside zone there. I like to just kind of get the momentum going forward right? I mean, we are trying to get Max comfortable. Coach Will loves to throw the ball. His offense is explosive, an offense that I still think is the best I've ever played in to this day in any level. But I'm telling you what, to get Max really comfortable, work on the inside zone stuff, and then, take the top off in this cover 4 defense.
Yeah, definitely, man. So we got Max's Gene Dennis in there. He's been very strong with the ball. He's been throwing it, had some oversights, but this guy right here is making people miss. But again, right, it looks like first down if you're not paying attention, but that is the first 10-yard stick. So now it's ended up going to be third and about 11 on this deal. The rain is starting to come down. These balls are getting wet. And typically in high school, you only travel with about 4, maybe 5 footballs. So most of these balls have already been soaked out already. They're going to have to find their rhythm when it comes to the Tigers. Are they going to run the ball? Passing the ball is going to be a little bit hard just because the quarterback rhythm is off. The catching the ball is a little bit difficult. I think you get behind your pads and run this ball. You're only down 7-0.
No doubt. They got the ball with 5:05 to start this drive. It is now 4:26 and rolling, and it's 3rd and long. We need to control the game. I think that's what Jones needs to focus on. I mean, I just don't know. I like the play call there. Actually, he's wide open. He's got to make the throw. That's the easy pitch and catch. Now it's 4th down and long. They took off less than a minute. I mean, they've got to control this football game.
Yeah, we got an incomplete pass, like I said. I mean, and even so, even on that pass play, you're not fighting to get a first out of that deal. And when you see the 2 high safeties, typically when you look at these games, middle of the field is vulnerable at all times. And one thing Jones has not really done, except maybe once, taking a middle of the field shot, right? And I don't mean downfield necessarily, but that 15 to 25-yard intermediate throw, your digs, your post balls, that type of stuff. Jones lines up in the backfield. We need booming leg punter back here. He's going to knock this thing about 70 yards. He's going to let him have it right here.
Another beautiful kick. Great recovery by Jones. Great kick, about 40 yards in the air. Coach Hayes, I mean, there's 4 minutes left. Obviously, we know running the ball is going to kill time. I think this is the perfect scenario for Edgewater. They're going to run it all the way down, potentially score with under a minute left, go into halftime, maybe up 2 scores. That's a lot of momentum going into halftime. But this game is shaping up to be like what we saw 2 weeks ago on VSN in Daytona or Space Coast, with the Coco and Jones game. They found themselves down at halftime. They came back in the rain and responded and came back and won that football game. Jones has to somehow get momentum going into halftime. And this is the drive to do it. You stop them. But for Edgewater on the other side, they go down, continue their offense. I'm telling you what, Hayes, this could be a long game.
Yeah, definitely, man. This is basically a 4-minute drill with 2 minutes of running the ball. I wouldn't throw this ball. I'll give it to 4. Let him do his magic. He's patient. Look at that guy. He's going straight up the gut, right? They're blocking it, but treat it like a 2-minute situation. Have some sense of urgency.
Some tempo,
here, right?
but you can
still
still
run. I
run.
don't need to throw this ball. I got 4 minutes, and believe it or not, that clock will continue to run. But keep pushing it. Maybe throw one in here and there just to keep them honest. Get yourself down there because this guy can pop one at any time, and the quarterback's got some wheels as well. Let's go into this, man. We had 2nd and 7. Currently about the 47-yard line right here. There go the quarterback's got wheels.
I'm telling you, just watch his feet, man. They are fast. I mean, he's like a jitterbug, And it's fun to watch Chase Carter, again, a kid that's been under Coach Duke's offense for quite some time. His dad's on the coaching staff. He's a track coach. So all they do is run.
There you go. So you're starting to see the sense of urgency got to take place. Call your plays, coach. You're going to run out of time unless you want to start burning timeouts. But run this ball, but treat it like a 2-minute drill, but on the ground. I hope that makes sense if I'm making sense with this. Right now, we hurry up to the ball, but we're taking the same amount of time just running it.
There it is. Move the chains, and it's still 3 minutes and counting. Again, methodically breaking down a defense. That's what Jones was doing a little earlier in their run game. Came up short with no points and ended in a punt. Now Edgewater's doing it in a 4-minute drill to close out the half, and it's working out perfectively. I think Coach Duke has something going right now. Do not get away from that. Continue to do what you're doing, and they can be up 2 scores coming into the half.
Yeah, you take 2 more runs here, play action this deal. There you go, your reverse, end around.
Man, he actually read that perfectly, the DB, but he just got to make the play. You got to make plays like that in big-time games. You just can't afford to give up 3 yards and 4 yards here, especially against a team like Edgewater. They're going to make you pay, but I love the discipline that Jones had there, not getting too overflowing with one way and the reverse hitting you on the other side. They stayed home. They should have made the play, but again, at the end of the day, it is a 3-yard gain, but a team like Edgewater will make you pay.
Right, second and 7 right now. I'm looking for a play action, and I'm looking for a shot coming out of Camp McGee. They're pretty much playing in one-on-one. It is raining, but it's not crazy right now. The ball should be pretty dry. You can get a good play action here.
Again, you got to make plays like that. Yes, no gain there, but that was looking like a 3-yard loss. CJ Baxter, it's going to take more than arm tackles to get a player like that on the ground.
They're waving timeout, but they have not indicated who called for the timeout. The referees are indicating timeout. Well, they're running the clock now.
Tick.
So right now we're at about
Tick.
3rd and 7.
Talk.
C.J. Baxter got hit in the backfield, but eluded the tackle. Ended up getting back to the line of scrimmage. You're currently right now at 151, 150 on the clock. This is a great play. This is a great play action time right now with Camp McGee up the sideline. As you see, he's one-on-one at the top of the screen as a tight end. So what are they saying?
Yeah.
This is the go ball time.
Hey, I noticed, Coach Hayes, now that they're behind the chains a little bit 3rd and long, they're letting the clock roll a little bit to put themselves in a good position if they don't convert on this 3rd and long.
There it is. Great tackle right there for the first down. The clock is running. We don't see any indications for timeouts, but the chain is moving. Clock stops while the chains get set.
That was actually a phenomenal tackle. I'll tell you why. He misses that tackle, it's
Touchdown.
house call. Great tackle, 1st down and 10 for the Eagles.
That dude's foot in the ground is crazy.
I love watching C.J. Baxter run. I'm telling you, he puts his foot in the ground. He is north and south. This guy right here, guys. Just take this all in. We will see him on Sundays.
Right. Clock is running. Here we go again. Look at this young man. Get behind it. And what's big, we got a holding call right there, but what's big about this young man's running game, most people, when you look at big guys, fast guys, you think they play big, strong, and fast. The best attribute he has about his game is his patience. He's waiting and watching and waiting and know when to cut. But when he hits it, all of those things take place, man. So we're coming up at 49 seconds here before the half. We have a flag on the play right now. Appears to be holding based in the area of the call. We're going to find out right here from the white hat what the indication is to the booth.
Unsportsmanlike against the Eagles.
Wow.
Okay, they're getting a little chippy out there at Jones. I don't know if this is the environment that I want to be in and get on the bad side of Jones, because Jones can spark at any moment, use that as fuel. And you cannot get behind the chains, especially with under a minute left with 48 seconds. You're moving. You're right there about to score. And now you get a big 15-yard penalty that negates that run to start behind the chains again with 48 seconds. That's not what Coach Duke has drawn up. So I'm telling you what, halftime, he's going to correct these things.
But, Balin, that hurts you big time, right? I mean, we're talking 49 seconds. Our passing game is okay, right? Your big thing is your running game, and we take 15 yards away from the gentleman in order to make it. That doesn't mean he can't pop it, but what does it do? The clock is now your enemy.
You're totally right about that. The refs are trying to figure out where the spot on the ball is supposed to be and where it actually occurred, and maybe even some warnings, because I know a couple of those you could be out this deal. But man, what a momentum, kind of halting thing. You got a lot of momentum. You're moving forward, and then you get a penalty like that. I know that hurts as a head coach. I know that hurts as a team. That's a selfish act, especially in unsportsmanlike. That's something that you're dealing with personally and not as a team effort. And so we got to fix those things at halftime. But Coach Duke is all about discipline. I know that will be fixed. But here we go. We're going, what, first down, hands off to no. Okay.
Well, I can tell you
Great
exactly
there.
what that was.
That was good.
That was going to be a halfback pass.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait, why is he pulling up?
He was tipping. Look at the receiver just coming
you're
back
right.
here at the back of your
That's
screen.
why I hesitated, Hayes. I'm like, wait, why is he pulling up like he's about to throw it? And then he just kind of runs out. Smart play.
Smart play by
because
him.
Jones read that perfectly in the backfield, but it did look kind of weird. I'm like, is he going to pass? He going to throw? But a great job by C.J. Baxter. He just runs out of bounds. 2nd and 11, and now there's still 42 seconds left to work with. But I'm telling you what, man. That was interesting.
And the smarter part is he throw it out of bounds, right? So now
That's
you don't
true.
lose.
Now you don't lose any yards.
You don't lose any of those
yards. But he was worried about his stats. He's worried
okay.
about going 0 for 1 on max preps tomorrow.
We have motion here going from the bottom to the top of your screen. 2nd and 12 right now. It is currently 42 seconds left in this in this half. Quarterback drops back to throw. Looks right. Oh, gets tipped, but almost catches it. Gets tipped at the line of scrimmage. The receiver actually had a chance to catch it, but again, it throws it off. currently 39 seconds left. Only took 3 seconds off the clock on that particular play to be third and double sticks, 3rd and 12. The Eagles had great momentum. That 15-yard penalty, not sure who it was on. Referees do not call numbers here in high school, but that right there will be dealt with in the locker room, I guarantee, at halftime, if not already, by Coach Cam Duke and his staff. Let me tell you something, man. These guys are ready to battle, and it is 3rd and double sticks. Got to roll out against the grain.
Nice throw, pitch and catch, but maybe a 3-yard gain there. Not really going to threat, maybe going for it. I mean, I would in this situation. Again, long-distance field goal. You know, it's 3rd or 4th and manageable. I see Duke maybe going for it. His offense is still on the field. But, you know, I like the play call. I really do, especially in a situation like this. It's nothing like that's concerning or putting the ball in danger. Getting your quarterback on the roll. But, yeah, we'll see what they do when we come back off this timeout here on the Varsity Sports Network Orlando.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
We're the Tigers from Jones High School, and this is Game of the Week on Varsity Sports Network.
And we are back here on the Varsity Sports Network Orlando, brought to you by the U.S. Marines and the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. We are closing out the half. Edgewater does elect to kick the field goal to go up 2 possessions right before the halftime. Let's see what we're going to do here in the weather conditions. And that is no good. Again, another momentum shift for the Jones. That's something that they really need going into halftime. Yes, it doesn't require points for Jones. Yes, they're still down 7-0, but that could have been a 10-0 ball game, potentially 14-0 if that personal foul doesn't happen. But now Jones has a little momentum going into the second half, and the Eagles does get the ball going into the second half to start things off. But I'll tell you what, the rain is coming now, and this is crazy. Now we're getting a taste of what it's like to play in September during hurricane season in the state of Florida. Now let's see how Jones ends his half with 31 seconds. I like to be conservative here, Hayes. Just go into halftime, regroup. Coach Will has a great halftime speech every single week, regardless if they're winning or losing. And I'm sure we're going to see a whole different football game from both teams going to that. But no, they're not going to go conservative here. They're going to say, we're throwing it. I mean, I just don't know if I like this right now in the rain. Take it to halftime, let this thing regroup, and we'll get right back to some great action in the second half. What do you think, Hayes? Do you like the play call here, trying to score with 20 seconds left?
I mean, right now you haven't shown that you can do that. Me personally, I would have run this ball. Let's get out this half. We're only down 7. One simple slip of that snap, a strip sack. And this game is up 14-0 or potentially, 13-0 right now. But again, hey, we got that riverboat gambler that called Coach Will. Go make it happen, baby. He's trying to fight his way through. But guess what? A lot of coaches do this too, to say, we don't quit. Sometimes when you take a knee or you kind of go out,
it shows the team that you're not confident.
Yeah, right. Okay. It feels that you're maybe quitting. But
I like smarts over that.
But you have to remember, some of this is methodical, right?
Right.
You have to make sure you understand. Now, if he takes a time out in this deal at 3rd and 5 with 13 seconds.
I think that's Cameron Duke on the timeout there. He sees something here. I think Edgewater just called the timeout here. Now they've given him a shot. You throw it on first down, the clock doesn't start. So you got 13 seconds left in this first half deal, and Edgewater likes to maybe get a stop and one opportunity maybe for a punt return for a touchdown or something crazy. Because, again, when you have a player like Cedric Baxter back there with the ball in his hands, like we saw earlier, 80 or 92 yards, you just never know. Now that's something I'm willing to put my chips in right there. So we'll see what they do here on 3rd and about immediate. They got to get a first down here, I think, or Edgewater might have a chance to do something crazy to end this first half.
Hey, man, it's 3rd and 5, 13 seconds left in this half. Orlando Jones has thrown the ball twice so far in this contest with these last few seconds left. We're anticipating that he runs the ball out. It looks like they're in a running formation. Go ahead and get up out of here.
Love it. Great play call.
Great call. Look at who is number 12 coming down for. Let me tell you something. Great call right there by Damon Troutman, which is, I believe, the younger brother of Deshaun Troutman,
a
who was a
special
UM
talent.
commit, man.
And that is the first half. We are ending the first half with the score. The number 2 Eagles, 7. The number 3 Jones, 0. We will come back right after this for a halftime report.
Marijuana can impair your ability to drive, and that affects much more than just you. Drive baked, get busted.
And we're back here to start the halftime. We're going to send it down to Madison Little for a halftime report with Coach Elijah Williams.
Assignments, too many defense, too many personal foul and offsides penalties. It's just the same thing that we've been going through all year. And at some point, we got to clean this up. So we got to do a better job of getting our guys to be locked in. I mean, we've been saying this for 4 weeks now. It's like a broken record. I mean, you can't play games like this, and we've had some tough games, and we just, we're not focused mentally. I think, we got to get them right at the second half.
So that conversation about focus and staying locked in, how does that go? Is that something you guys can teach them at halftime, or do they kind of have to make that decision themselves?
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, you got to get the results. So we got to get the results. We have got to find a way to make our guys be more mentally focused on their assignments. There's just too many mistakes in the games like this. I think we've dropped three balls. We caught one and fumbled it. We should have picked it up and scored, and we threw it back, and we dropped another touchdown, dropped another crucial third down. Penalties or false starts, just, stuff that should have been ironed out week 1.
And does the rain have anything to do with that?
No, because it's not bad. It's not bad out here in the first quarter. I don't think it was raining at all. Probably a little wet ball, but, that's football. You got to play.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck in the second half.
As we just heard from the coach, Elijah Williams, yes, things are sloppy here in this rainy conditions. Yes, there are going to be mistakes. There's also going to be undisciplinary things, and I think he's going to correct that in the halftime. I played for Coach Will. I know that's not acceptable. The standard is really, really high when you play for Coach Elijah Williams. And again, I know that from personal experience myself, so I know he's going to go into that locker room, get those guys focused, almost like he did a couple weeks ago when he was at Cocoa, get those guys reshaped, refocused, and come out here with a different attitude at home in an environment like this with playoff stakes on the line as far as home field advantage. So it is going to be interesting to see what they do as a cleanup. And on the other side, Coach Duke as well. I know he's not really happy with some of the penalties that they had at the end of that half, and especially that unsportsmanlike. It's all about discipline. And what we talked about on the pregame show, both coaches are successful. Why? Because they teach discipline. Those guys are bought in. They're not doing selfish acts. They're all in. And when you do that, you can see, as we've seen in the first half, that can really cost you. Right, Coach Hayes?
Definitely, man. If you don't pay attention to those small things, it can definitely hurt you. But again, this is high school football. Nobody's going to be perfect. And that's why guys like Coach Elijah Williams and Cam do take on these jobs to teach these young men how to do the things properly, man. Let's go ahead and check out some of the scores from around the county.
Yeah, so here we go. We're going to lead off with Oviedo and Heritage. Right now, currently, that game is in the third quarter. Oviedo is up 18-14 in that matchup. Let's move on down to Olympia and Ocoee. Most would expect that game to be very close. Well, guess wrong. It's halftime, and Ocoee finds themselves up 21-0 currently in that ball game. Let's move on to our private school rankings. Our number 1 team at Lake Highland Prep. They are up 35-0 at halftime over the Masters Academy at home. They continue to show strides in their offense. Very explosive. Now, here's an interesting game right now. Currently at halftime, Haggerty is only up 3-0 against Timber Creek. Timber Creek found themselves doing a lot of great things offensively, especially in the win against Dr. Phillips a couple weeks ago. They have 0 points right now going to halftime. Haggerty also shows signs of explosiveness on offense. I am very, very intrigued on why that game is just 3-0 at the moment at halftime. Let's move on down to Lake Nona and Cypress Creek. Lake Nona currently leads Cypress Creek, which showed a lot of promise this year. They're up 14-0 currently at halftime. The Lions, my wife's school, so I know she's pretty much happy about that one as she's listening. Let's move back to our private school rankings. Our number 3 team, the First Academy, they find themselves up 15-8 over Riverdale Ridge right now. Great game. I'm telling you right now, the Royals are a team to watch out for. Those are some of the scores right now. Let's move on to Lake Howell and Lyman, currently still at 0 apiece during the first quarter. I'm sure there's some type of rain delay there. As I mentioned before, Dr. Phillips and Windermere, they moved their game to Monday night at 7 p.m. I mean, these games are a little lopsided for most of the time. Let's check out to some other area games. Boone right now is completely thrashing Freedom in the second quarter, 28-0 for the Braves as they respond to that shellacking they got last week against Winter Park, 38-3. One of the coolest quotes that I saw this week, not gonna lie, Coach Hayes, Coach Johnson went on Twitter Saturday morning after they got spanked and said, "I've never seen someone post highlights after getting smacked by 35 points," referring to one of his players that put up huddle highlights the night after they got spanked. So I thought that was pretty impressive for a coach to really not call it his player, but really send a message like, guys, the real honesty here, we got spanked, you better respond. And I think they're doing that tonight.
I have to call it honest. He called out his player, and he was supposed to, right? We always say, right, big team, little me, right? It's no I in team. But in today's society, and for people that don't understand that, I understand you have to brand yourself and all of that, but 10 more minutes of branding could wait. You understand? Yeah. It's about, you just took a big L, but it's all about you. So I'm glad Coach Johnson took an old school approach to that, to let that young man know, not necessarily call him out directly, but indirectly, because the shoe fitted, he's wearing it right now. He knows, and his teammates know who did it. And that also speaks volume to other guys that this is a team sport. This is not tennis. This is not bowling, boxing. This is a team. This is a team sport, and you have to understand it's about team. At some point in this deal, man, it's not just about you. So shout out to Coach Johnson for that, man.
Love it. I feel like that's something you would do, Coach Hayes. Knowing you, man, you are definitely that type of person.
I may have put his name on there, though. I may have put an at.
Hey, I
may have put at Balin Trujillo on that deal.
Yeah, because I would be posting my highlights, that's for sure. All right, another score update. We got East River and Winter Springs. East River finds themselves up 15-7 in the second quarter in that deal. Great game. Now, here is the mollywop of the week. I called it on our show on Thursday. I even brushed through it because I knew it was going to be a blowout. Seminole, second quarter, 37-0 over Evans. I said the pregame show, I said it's going to be probably 50-0. I don't think Evans is scoring against Seminole tonight. What do you think, Hayes? It's second quarter, 37-0.
They might give him a pity 7 out of that thing. Just what they say, the consolation prize is these 7 points, because you're going to get some younger guys. If Seminole is smart, knowing the kind of schedule that they have, if they're smart, they'll bring young guys in. If they score, guess what? That's part of those young guys' learning experience. So when they become the big dog in the yard, remember when Evans scored on you, and then he got something to go back to. So, the shutouts are great, but sometimes points are learning experiences.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I think they're rolling on all cylinders. JV and freshmen also seem to be doing really well for the Seminole Knolls. Now, here's an interesting upset alert, Coach Hayes. Our number 9 ranked team, West Orange, is down 19-0 at halftime. That is surprising. They are losing to Wekiva, a team that's off an emotional loss last week to Lake Mineola, down 30-7, find themselves only lose by 3. But let's be honest, without onside kicks, that game is a blowout. But they come and respond, and it's at West Orange, Coach.
But we talked about that in the pregame, in the VSN huddle. We talked about Coach Schwartz getting his team prepared. You may not have won that battle, but it'll teach you how to win other battles. And it's showing them right now, the David and Goliath, right? They're coming in, the underdogs. West Orange got the big time. The Jordan Castell is the Florida commit there. They got the quarterback. They got all this different stuff. But they're coming in and saying, guess what? We're going to put the smack down on. And we're going 19-0.
19-0. Here's another score. Coach Hayes, you're going to love this one. 0-2 Cocoa. We talked about it on our show. Could this be the week they get their first win? They did play against probably arguably the 2 best teams. One we're watching tonight in Jones, and also American in St. Thomas Aquinas. Right now, halftime. 62-0 Cocoa over Space Coast. You talk about making a statement. I guarantee Coach is over there right now saying, hey, Snyder. We're going to light it up. And I'm not calling the dog. It's the halftime show.
Let me tell you.
62-0.
You can say what you want to say, but Space Coast is in the stratosphere right now, baby.
They might have records on them tonight that we've never seen in high school. I think if Cocoa can do it, they're scoring 100 points tonight. They're going to find themselves in the paper to remind us all we're 0-2, baby. But you better not forget who this powerhouse is on the East Coast, and it's Cocoa Tigers.
Let me tell you, Cocoa sent them guys up there to work on the space station. Because, boy, 62-0 at the half.
Well, they take it
That's
off like
tough.
NASA, baby. Hey, and here's another stat. Toho Palico, whatever you want to call them. Up big, 26-0. I thought in their first really test this year, obviously against an 0-3 Liberty, an 0-3 Ambassadors Christian Academy, a team I've never heard of. They go into St. Cloud, who's doing pretty well this year defensively, and they're up 26-0 right now in the second quarter. Coach Diso knows how to put up numbers with his quarterback, and I'm telling you what, based on what I'm seeing in their schedule, they're going to probably go undefeated, and that quarterback will be leading the entire state of Florida in passing as a freshman in Sabi Misik. So they're up 26-0 right now in the second quarter. That's surprising, but not surprising. We also have University over Pine Ridge 28-0 at the half. That's pretty expected. I mean, just, again, some of these scores are just crazy. But we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go into some commercial breaks, and we're going to look at more of these deals coming back right here on the Varsity Sports Network Orlando.
Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington, an original shark from Shark Tank. Protect your ankles with Prevent Sprain socks.
In sports, we wear all types of equipment to protect ourselves from injury. We use helmets, mouth guards, shoulder pads, chest protectors, and knee, elbow, and shin pads for protection and prevention. One of the most important, yet neglected parts of the body are the ankles.
Research shows that more than 30% of all sports injuries are ankle-related, and 62% of all ankle sprains happen during practice and training. Just think about it. Very few sports can be played with an ankle injury, and it can take 1 to 3 weeks to heal, sometimes months to get back to full strength and mobility. Preventing an injury is key in any sport and applies to any job where you're on your feet all day as well.
Prevent Sprain socks were scientifically designed and engineered for support, stability, and performance.
Stay active with PreventSprainSocks.com.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Marijuana can impair your ability to drive, and that affects much more than just you. Drive baked, get busted.
And we are back at a rainy night here in Central Florida. This is September 16th, 2022, Edgewater versus Jones. I'm Balin Trujillo along with co-host Coach Kyle Hayes, the coach Kyle Hayes, the former head coach of a lot of different Central Florida teams and Miami teams, also won a state title back when he was coaching in Miami. I'm blessed to be joined up here with him tonight. But we've just been talking about a bunch of scores here at halftime. There's about a minute left before we see some more action out here. Here's another blowout for you, Coach Hayes. Lake Mineola, 47-0 at halftime over East Ridge. We definitely called that on the show, did we not?
Yeah, we called that. And we talked about Lake Mineola, right? A great team. And again, right now you play who's in front of you. But hopefully, I know Coach Banks in the athletic department, when it comes to scheduling, I really would like to see them schedule a little bit tougher guys throughout. It's not a knock, but we want to see, because what I know is when you play tougher guys early, especially like Jones Tigers is doing, you'll definitely be prepared when it comes to the playoff run.
And here's an upset alert on our channel, but not really across the state. A game I was looking forward to the most. Number 4 Osceola versus Lakeland right now in the second quarter. Lakeland is up 13-0 on Osceola. That is an interesting stat. I know they hear that horn over there for the Dreadnoughts. What do you think, Hayes?
Cannon, not a horn,
that
baby.
Cannon.
Listen, I told you guys in the pregame show that the Dreadnoughts were tough to beat. Coach Bill Kessel, I think he helped build the school. He's been there so long. He's been there for quite some time.
Yeah.
He's seen a lot of great players go through there, and it's hard to bet against guys kind of vet.
But not so fast, Coach Hayes, because guess what, buddy?
They just
I hit refresh, and Osceola scores a touchdown. It's 13-7. I'm telling you what, they're one score away from taking that lead, and we going to hear that horn all right, and it might not be for the Dreadnoughts. So Osceola finally gets on the board. It's still the second quarter. A long way to go in that football game. But let's stay over there in Polk County area. Here's a team that I thought had potential state implications until half their team transferred to Lakeland, and that is Lake Gibson. Lake Gibson right now finds himself down 35-0 to Lee County. That's something I've never seen or experienced or thought of. So that's a big statement for Lee County to beat your boys Gibson 35-0.
Yeah, but Lee County's a tough team. You're talking about Lee County here in Georgia. I mean, they're a juggernaut when it comes. It's right there in the Albany area of Georgia. Let me tell you something. Lee County got some ball players, but it also goes to show you when Kamani McLean left Lake Gibson, man, it really hurt. But it helped who? It helped Lakeland, right? So that's a big time. The number 1 cornerback here in the country, right, is over at Lakeland. So he's over there putting in some work in the orange and black. But it goes to show you the hurt. But Lee County in Georgia is not a sleeper team. They've had some major talent come through there. Dr. Phillips, I believe, went up there and played them.
Yes, they did.
I mean, so it's been tough. And one thing just for our viewers who may not know, but Lee County in Georgia is one of the most up and coming counties in the state of Georgia. People are flocking to move there. Beautiful area.
No doubt. And here's a game. We're going to end the scores from the second half starting here shortly up here with about 2 minutes left. Here's one that I like to talk about real quick, Hayes. You're from the Miami area. American Heritage right now tied 14-14 with Chaminade Madonna. That's a program that Jones has played in the past a couple times. That is a great football game. American Heritage, obviously, a powerhouse. They went on ESPN. Their quarterback, Blake Murphy, a kid I was blessed enough to train, found himself on ESPN top 10 plays with a 70-yard touchdown run. They find themselves in a nail-biter 14-14 right now with Chaminade Madonna, a school that's a lot less populated than American Heritage. What do you think about that game?
Yeah, but it's 2 private schools, right? So when it comes to the population of the schools, I don't know if I really count that. I count the player acquisition department, if you ask me, when it comes to that. But I have to say, there's great talent on both sides. We know Brandon Ennis is over there, the top wide receiver, who's the Ohio State commit, man, catching balls left to right, went on Destroying. For you guys don't know it, live under a rock off YouTube. Destroying is killing it. Went on there and mossed up a couple of people, man. So Brandon Ennis is a big-time deal. I still want to stick with my pick. I think American Heritage pulls that deal off, though.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very close there. I'm trying to get an update of our Daytona game of the week, the Mayor's Cup with Lake Mary and Lake Brantley. Right now, we do not have a score update on that, but we are trying to find that here shortly. But I think from what I'm hearing up here in the booth, there is a rain delay in that football game, which is interesting. They're about 20 minutes north of where we're at, and there's a delay here, and we're ready for some football here in the second half down here at Jones High School in Central Florida. It is still raining. It is definitely lightened up. I think there's going to be no more excuses second half. Jones find themselves in a hole, 7-0. How do they respond? Edgewater gets the ball back to start the second half. That's going to be very key. Do they go down? Do they stay with their game plan? Does 4 see the ball the entire drive? Does Chase Carter start getting in rhythm in the passing game? What is it going to look like for Edgewater's second half? And then again, how does Jones respond and showcase everybody why they're such a powerhouse here in Orlando?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Coach Will goes in there. Coach Will goes in. He's going to give his pep talk. They're going to make adjustments. We followed Jones games before. We watched them play. We watched them come out second half and look like a totally different team. Right now, they're playing physical. They're playing tough. They just have to execute. But execution is huge, right? I can be physical. I can be tough. But if I'm not landing punches, I can't knock anybody out.
I love that.
With that being said, they have to execute. Edgewater has on the other turn execute, but it has not yielded really any points besides the big run, the 92-yard run from Cedric Baxter. But other than that, they're kind of playing tennis. They back and forth, but nobody's acing a shot right now. So it'll be interesting to see how Cam Duke and his staff and how Coach Will and his staff have come up with part 2 of the game plan, because this field is riddled with athletes.
100%.
There's athletes all over this field, and we haven't talked about Malik Bryant. We haven't called his name.
First play of the game, he made the great tackle. Guess what happened the next play?
He's been
92-yard house call.
Yeah, he's been in the tackles, but we're talking about just a standout, boom, knock your head off the shoulder.
Shout out to Coach Anderson, by the way, the defensive coordinator, just came into the booth. What a great guy, man. I love this guy to death. Been coaching with him at Oak Ridge. Now he's the DC over at Jones. He is the real deal when it comes to defense. So we're going to see what he dials up in the second half to control Cedric Baxter and keep him at bay. But I'll tell you what, this is going to come down to coaching. And like you just mentioned, execution is the name of the game. I hate when I hear talk from fans that really never played the sport say, oh, the coach played called a bad game. Well, at the end of the day, the players are on the field playing. And if it was up to us coaches, we dang right going to make sure we execute right. So it's got to be up to the players to make plays. So at the end of the day, it comes down to who wants it more, who's going to execute, who's going to dial in, focus up, and make the right plays and really hit it home to come away with this victory, because that's what it's about tonight as we start off this second half, Coach Hayes.
All right, here we go, man. We're going to kick this thing off. We had a quick halftime, man. That was fast and fun. But our kicker from Jones is going to boom this thing almost through the uprights, because they call him leg.
Here we go. We got a chance here, Edgewater. Uh-oh, hits the crease. Oh, nice hit on the sideline there. That's a statement right there. Oh, they gave him a flag, guys. Come on.
Listen,
I don't know football in Florida. Come on.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know what the penalty is. I don't want to jump the gun, but I can tell you this. Whoever was turning that, they finished that run. I have to tell you that. It was a big collision right there between the Tiger and the Eagle.
Big-time collision.
That was the kicker on the stop.
Oh, that was the big
kicker with the boom. Talk about his boom leg. The kicker laid the boom. Max on Cobb with the stop.
So let me tell you something right now. I saw some feathers from some eagle flying. I saw some tiger stripes go in the air, baby, on that hit. It was a big-time deal. But let's see how Cam Duke and his staff – let's see how Cam Duke and his staff comes out right here. You see Malik Bryant. We talked about him earlier, the Miami Hurricane commit here. We're going to get a penalty, actually.
Yeah, they called
on
it
the Tigers.
They called it roughing
late hit
on the kicker. How about we just call it roughing on the kicker? Because I will take, as a head coach, if I see a kicker sell out his body like that, that's a statement. That's something I'm going to use as chalkboard talk, as a motivational talk. If this guy wants to play, who else is going to play?
Yeah, definitely. Here we go, man. We got a sniffer in the back, the motion. In4, we trust. Here we go again, baby. There we go. Oh, he's still fighting. I'm telling you, that guy's big, but he's slippery. C.J. Baxter, again, with forward momentum. He lost some round, but forward momentum gets him about 2 yards in that deal. 2nd and 8 right now. Well, it looks like Orlando Jones has come in. Coach Anderson, as you talked about, as he was going up there in the bird's nest, I guess, lack of a better term to get a bird's eye view to call this deal, has said, guess what, we're going to stack this box and fill it, man.
Great discipline. There you go. Just shows the discipline that Jones has right now coming out of the locker room. Does not flinch on that hard count there. Let's see what changes they make here on offense with Chase Carter and Cedric Baxter. Oh,
Mama, there go that man again.
And there he goes, number 4. In Bust We Trust for the touchdown.
Referee throws up armpits and bands, strike up the band because 4 ain't playing. Here's the funny thing about this young man. He comes out at the beginning of the game, second play takes 1.
Yep.
Second play here, after half, he takes 1. We need another half.
Man.
What is going on?
Open the half, second play, touchdown. Open the second half, second play, touchdown. Might as well change. Guess what it is? Hey, guess what, Coach Hayes? What's 2 + 2, baby?
4.
And 4 we trust.
Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. That young man can rock and roll. But again, back to this. Most guys would have outrun their block. What did he do? Stay right behind his block. Right, he stayed right behind his block.
Yep.
Made that thing happen. We're going to take it down right now to Madison Little on the sideline after that huge run.
Right after this kick, we're going to send it down to Madison Little. I know she's got some things to say about that run.
We got an injury as well.
Oh, prayers to that young man right there.
We'll take a 20-second break.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break as there's an injury on the field. We are right now at 11 minutes in the third quarter. Edgewater up 13-0 here on the Varsity Sports Network, Orlando.
In sports, we wear all types of equipment to protect ourselves from injury. One of the most important, yet neglected parts of the body are the ankles.
Research shows that more than 30% of all sports injuries are ankle-related. Preventing an injury is key in any sport and applies to any job where you're on your feet all day as well.
Prevent Sprain socks were scientifically designed and engineered for support, stability, and performance.
Stay active with PreventSprainSocks.com.
We are back. We're going to take this field goal right here. We had an injured Tiger on the field. The athletic training staff did a great job, got him up and got him off. We had number 23 that was down. James Chenault came off. Again, Edgewater comes out with a swinging gait. People fall asleep on this sometimes, right? It's like, they go through this. But the one time you fall asleep, that's when they need it. So they keep you on your toes with it. But like I said, we're going to have a very interesting interview coming up here right after this kick with our own Madison Little. But Edgewater should be able to knock this through the uprights relatively easy. We'll put them up 14-0 here to have. But what a run by number 4, Cedric Baxter. The patience, the ability. Big-time touchdown right there. Let's take it now down to Madison Little on the sideline.
All right, number 80, Bailey Stokes, who we just saw made that field goal, is not only a girl kicker on this varsity football team, she's a 5-sport athlete, guys. Football, flag football, track, volleyball, and soccer. She does it all. And I actually had the opportunity to talk to her on my show, A Little Spotlight, and she told me that there's not much discrimination, despite what you may think, against a girl being on the football team. She says they mostly think it's pretty cool. The refs think it's cool, and her teammates treat her like one of the guys. Back to you guys up in the booth.
A 5-sport athlete, guys. You heard that correct. 5-sport athlete, special talent for the Edgewater Eagles, and he takes care of all the kicking responsibilities. That is special for that young man, something that he will have a lot of memories when he looks back at his career at Edgewater. Here we go. We're kicking off. Edgewater responded really, really well. We're going to see him kick it off right here. But I'm really curious, again, to see how Jones responds after this Bailey kick.
Yeah, that's big. That was big right there, man. We have a huge time kick. He's going to put this out the back of the end zone, apparently. But Jones has 3 returners back all the way just in case he cuts it a little short. It will be returnable. Let's see what the Tigers do right here as he takes it up the sideline, makes a cut, spins. Great coverage right there, but also a great return, but great coverage by the Eagles. As we come out here, this will be the Tigers that come out. We're going to see what's going to happen right now with Coach Elijah Williams and his staff, and what adjustments have they made.
Now,
Rain
Coach
has stopped. The ground is still wet, but it's throwable ball.
No doubt, but I'm gonna readjust here, reassess that. The kicker for Edgewater, that's a girl, a female kicker, Bailey.
Love it.
Now that's even more impressive than anything we talked about tonight. So she's out there laying it. So special shout out to Bailey, the kicker at Edgewater, for what you do and changing the demographics of this football game.
Yeah, Bailey Stokes. I've called her name several times.
Yeah.
Not knowing.
That's awesome.
So that's awesome, man.
She might win player of the game.
We have the Tigers coming up here with a 2nd and 6 type look right now. Again, I know Coach Will loves to throw the football. Coach Balin loves to talk about him throwing the football, but we got to connect on some of these.
There we go. I actually like that play call. Regardless of what happened there, I love that they're staying within themselves, staying composed. They're down 14-0. That's probably the largest deficit other than playing at Duncanville that they've had to erase in the second half. So let's see how the Tigers respond. They're doing a really good job right here in control and management. I think that's one thing Edgewater did in the first half. They controlled the game. Now let's see if Jones responds in that same way in the second half like they did against Cocoa a couple weeks ago, which helped earn them their win.
3rd and 5 right now. As you can see, the Eagles have a totally different look, not the cover 4 look that we've been looking at. Again, the quarterback for Jones, when he's throwing these spot routes, they have to be they're relatively strong, but they're also high, right? And a lot of people don't take into account. I've had to say this before, but I've also said this before. There's a pretty, not a big, but a decent crown on this field. And what a lot of people don't understand, when you look at this field, this quarterback is sitting in the middle. He's about 4 inches taller than the receiver, and that may be why he's throwing it. I don't know what their practice field looks like, but I went through that with quarterbacks before, where we want a real big crown and not realizing that the receiver is actually about 4 inches shorter than normal.
No doubt.
So that's why that ball is simply higher than that. But we got to be able to connect on the 5-yard passes.
Jones just got to figure out their identity on offense right now. This is just not looking good for them. Again, the MVP of the game right now is the Jones kicker, and that's something that we don't really talk about or highlight, which he definitely deserves all the credit tonight. But Jones needs to figure out what they need to do offensively. They have way too much firepower, way too many weapons to have no points on the board at this point. Yes, that is credit to the coaching staff at Edgewater, controlling the situation, controlling the narrative. But I'm telling you, something has to change for Jones. Something, an attitude switch, just anything that's going to light this talented football team to put some points on the board.
Well, Bill, I can tell you this. I'm very quick, and like I said, just brought to our attention. Turnovers change momentum. Execution win ball games. They have to execute right now. Like I said, we can call what we want, but we have to connect on 5-yard throws to give guys opportunities in order to win games. Yeah. Quarterback right now is throwing the ball a little bit high. As we see, here we are, the under again, 28. We've seen that play before. C.J. Baxter have to be, if I have to be critical right now of C.J. Baxter, he can't hand that ball off, turn around and watch. You got to keep selling that like you're running and bring guys with you.
I agree. Yeah, that's the plays that matter at the next level. Yes, we know we can get away with it here, but what are you doing when you don't get the ball? Are you still contributing, getting a linebacker out of the play or a defensive end out of the play? Are you doing that because of you're selling your fake? That's the stuff that's going to take you to the next level.
There we go. We're at 2nd and 7 right now for the Eagles.
There's the fake reverse.
Look at the patience. His foot in the ground is ridiculous.
We're going to get a holding penalty on the receiver coming back. There's a holding. I saw it on number 1 for Edgewater. That, again, like you mentioned, I think that's something that C.J. Baxter has over a lot of talented backs, is the patience, the willingness to just settle in and let something crease and then hit it from 0 to 60 when you see it. That's the gift that C.J. Baxter brings. That's something that you can't teach. That's something that is just within your ability to run the football as a true running back. And I feel like Cedric Baxter's a player that we're never going to really see in decades to come, that type of talent right here that you're watching on Varsity Sports Network.
Yeah, he's a big-time talent, man. Unfortunately, and holding is one of the worst penalties you can ever get, right? Yeah. Because it's a spot foul, believe it or not.
Correct.
So look at this right now. You're 2nd and 20, man. It's a 10-yard penalty after a great, probably about a 12, 13-yard run. And guess what? I will play action and take my shot right here.
Now, I know that the Seminoles are playing right now. There's the Seminoles of Florida State. C.J. Baxter, believe it or not, was committed to the Seminoles, and the way they're looking tonight against Louisville, they probably wish this back here that's committed to Texas was still committed to the Seminoles. So, sorry, but you're lost.
Here we are, play action straight down the field, number 23 at quarterback.
Almost intercepted. Wow.
So we have a new quarterback in, number 23.
28, yeah, that's Michael Clayton. That's the freshman I was talking about. He is special, I'm telling you. Remember his name. Somebody I've been working with. He played basketball in his youth. He is number 28. He is a freshman, 2026 player. Michael Clayton has won like 42 straight youth football games, has won national championships. This kid is the real deal and chose Edgewater to compete with the best. Let's see what happens here to get this freshman comfortable.
Yeah. He's actually wearing number 17 on the roster, but he's 27 on the field. So that's why it was a little bit of mix-up in name calls right there. But Michael Clayton, like I said, comes in. Maybe he's going to do something a little bit different. 4th down, that's what holding penalties get you, man. They actually hurt you so bad because it's hard to overcome. It's already hard to get 10 yards. Now I got to get 20 yards.
This is a big stop, Hayes. You know why? Because look at the field position. Jones is finally going to probably see themselves in the plus 50 range. That's where they're going to work with, hopefully, if it goes right, and that's going to be very big for Jones. Let's just see how this kick ends up, but this is very good for Jones going into down 14-0. Botch kick. Favorable bounce for Jones again. They get the ball at the 44-yard line going in the plus 50, Hayes.
Let me tell you something. Midfield, probably one of the best places you've been. They've been on this side already before, right? But it's stalled out due to penalties and everything else. Right now, this is the time for Jones to strike. Jones has to strike right now. Find something that your guy does well and do that. Let's forget about the playbook. Let's forget about the scheme. What does he do well, and let's do that. I don't care if he hands the ball off well, then hand it off. If he throws the hitch well, then let's throw a hitch. We got to do something that he does well to build this young man's confidence, because right now you can see it kind of dwindling away from Jones in that fact. 1st and 10 for the Jones Tigers.
Staying in cover 4, over the middle.
There we
Perfect.
Go.
Perfect. Great pitch and catch. Derek Rogers, the Maryland commit. I'm telling you, you have to find ways to get him the football. He is a difference maker in this football game. I am telling you what, this kid is special to watch. Actually, when I talked to Coach Will a couple of years ago, when he discovered this kid in the hallways at Jones, and he told me if he buys in, maybe one of the best players he ever coaches, and he's a Maryland commit along with Dylan Wade. They're both setting off to the Terps here next year.
Actually, 1st and 10, and you just brought up a great name. Dylan Wade has been very quiet in this game.
Yes, interesting enough. Coach Will known for using tight ends, and we have not called his name yet.
Oh, well, here we go.
And there he goes, Dylan Wade, the Maryland commit. Another 2-yard gain.
The Eagles swoop down to make that tackle relatively easily. Gets about a 2-yard gain right there, but I know we've covered some games where Dylan Wade has played Wildcat before when he come in for short yardage situations. But again, that throw that the quarterback made for Jones Tigers, man, was a great throw, great confidence throw. You can actually see his shoulders go back and say, yeah, I got this. Let's get back to those type of throws, and I'm telling you, Jones Tigers will make this thing a game.
Yeah, Coach Elijah Williams will stand by this statement. He believes Dylan Wade is the best player on their roster on this football team, and we just saw him there. But beautiful, beautiful slant pass and timing. That is what we're talking about in rhythm. Now we're starting to see this quarterback settle in. This is a great moment for this young senior. I'm telling you what, right now they need to stay with this game plan regardless of what the situation is. Continue to throw the football in the middle. Cover 4 is known for giving up big plays because that is a run-stop defense. So you got to attack the middle.
Quarterback has found his rhythm. We got an injury right now. What we may do is go to a quick timeout just to make sure the Tigers take care of one of their own, man. We'll be right back on Varsity Sports Network.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected, but somehow alone. Trapped by illusion. We offer another path where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling. United by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
And welcome back to VSN Orlando, sponsored by the U.S. Marines and the Florida Department of Highway Safety Motor Vehicles. Jones seems to be clicking on all cylinders right now in this drive. This was very critical, started at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. We're going to be in the red zone here shortly. So let's see if Jones can capitalize on this and score some points. And here we go. He's in the pocket. Losing the
Nobody outside.
He's outside. He's running. He's down to the 5, the 10. He's out the 1-yard line. That is a great spark play by G. Maxon. That is a beautiful play. He stayed composed. I'm out. And he made the run out at the 1-yard line, Coach Hayes. What do we do here? Are we quarterback sneaking or are we running heavy dose, baby?
No, I'm going right now. It's 1st down. I'm going to give it to my running back. After that, there we go. Dylan Wade. Dylan Wade straight ahead for number 7. Let's go.
Dylan Wade, the Maryland commit. Touchdown, Jones. Great job. Again, that was all thanks to Gene Maxon on his 19-yard quarterback scramble that got him down to the 1-yard line. And guess what? We talk about in 4 we trust. In Dylan Wade, we trust. And sure enough, he gets it in via Coe transfer from a couple of years ago, quarterback. This kid is special. And again, like I mentioned, Coach Elijah Williams says he arguably is the best player on this football team. You got to find ways to get him the ball. Now, a little quick update while we take this little break and figure out what's going on with these penalties again. Lake Mary and Lake Brantley has rescheduled their game, the Mayor's Cup, to tomorrow at 11 a.m. So now you get the enjoyment of watching this game and our game of the week on Daytona tomorrow again at 11 a.m. at Lake Brantley. That will be Lake Mary versus Lake Brantley, 11 a.m. Our game of the week on Daytona Channel, rescheduled for tomorrow, September 17th at Lake Brantley. That's going to be a good one, guys. If you have nothing to do on a Saturday before game day starts or even right after game day at 9 a.m., go watch some high school football. Two talented football teams, a rivalry game at that. That's going to be fun to watch as we take a look right here back with Edgewater and Jones as our game of the week on Orlando.
Yeah, man, you're in here right now. You're on the 1 yard line. They consider it a touchdown. Dylan Wade runs that thing in relatively simple. Right, he's a big-time guy, man. Let me tell you something. That guy can get behind his pads and he can definitely make you pay. You don't want to be in front of that train.
Believe it or not, Coach Hayes, he was a quarterback, and I trained him for about 3 years. His mom wanted to be a quarterback. He transfers here thinking he's going to get that opportunity. Coach Will says, no, sir. Look at your body type and your physicality. We're moving you right back to running back and to H-back and even some defensive line. So that kid is a special athlete. Again, committed to the University of Maryland, the ACC. I was hoping he was going to be a Cane, but he decided to go against an ACC opponent in Maryland. Regardless of the situation, we're so proud of Dylan Wade and what he's accomplished and what he's going to do here for Jones this season as they compete for a state title. But it first starts here against Edgewater as they go for the extra point to cut the deficit in half, 14-7.
Kick is up. And
Perfectly
he made
kicked.
It.
That's
Cut it
great.
right in half, 14-7. The Tigers finally strike. And just what I said, right? Find out what that young man does well. Do that. And he did it.
Yes, now we're going to send it down to Madison Little for a quick update right after that score for the Tigers.
All right, guys, a touchdown from Jones, followed by a field goal from number 46, John Lee David. John Lee David is a freshman and a first-time football player, so you can already imagine there's a lot to learn in that position coming in new. But Coach Williams says to make it even more interesting, there's a language barrier. John Lee David's English is not very good, so teaching him unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, excessive celebration, especially in that Jones game a couple weeks ago where he made his first career field goal, has been a challenge. But as we saw, he's been very productive for this Jones team. Back to you guys in the booth.
I love that, Madison. Thank you for that update on the kicker. You know what? When I was playing with Coach Elijah Williams, his best friend on campus was the soccer coach. He was always trying to find a kicker because, again, special teams matters and a kicking game matters. So what do? Go to the soccer coach. Who can kick a football? Who can kick a soccer ball? And that's what Coach Elijah Williams has done each and every year he's had a kicker, and it's definitely working out with that young man right there. Oh, he fumbled it. He picks it up. He scoops. They're calling it out of bounds. That's a big play for Jones. Now we're starting to feel the momentum shift a little bit the Tigers' way. You should feel the atmosphere right now outside of the press box. It is electric. The band is playing. It is standing room only here on the Jones sideline. We're looking across the field. Edgewater has a sold-out crowd. This is what we talk about when we talk about high school football atmospheres. This is electric. It's 14-7. The Edgewater Eagles way. There's still 6 minutes left in the third quarter, Hayes. Come on, baby. Let's get some football started.
I'm back, y'all. Listen, here we go. Somebody get that man some water, boy. Listen, here we go. The Jones Tigers are fighting, man. Listen, they're going to make this thing happen. They got the momentum. They kicked the ball. The young man stepped out of bounds. We having a good time up here. The Jones atmosphere is electric. The environment is great. Edgewater's across the way, about 70 yards over there. They rocking and rolling. The band is kicking, man. The momentum is swinging right now, and the Tigers are feeling it. The defense has to come out, but one thing they have to do, Balin, is they have to create a turnover. You got to snatch a possession away from the Eagles in order to win this game. One score ties it, 2 scores beats them.
Yep, Chase Carter's back in the game. He hands off to number 4, and 4 we trust that yet another penalty. The storyline in the first half, Jones, penalty after penalty after penalty. Now what do we see in the second half? Edgewater, penalty after penalty after penalty. What is going – this is the tale of two halves. I know it's still early, but this quarter's halfway done. Now it's 14-7. The lead is cut in half. This is very important to Jones. Gets another stop on this possession deep in their territory so they have an opportunity to tie this football game, or Coach Will, as we know, a risk taker, may go for 2 and take the lead. So you just don't know how this plays out. But, man, I'm telling you what, penalties is the storyline, Hayes.
And I have to tell you straight up, Here's the biggest problem. Edgewater looks like they're actually winning this game, but they only had 2 big plays.
Yes, I agree.
They have not really moved and sustained true drive. They kind of fall out. Those 2 big plays is what put 14 points on the board.
That's a very great point, Coach Hayes, that you just made.
So what's happening is, right now, those 2 big plays has Edgewater optically looking like they're dominating this game. But really, it's going to be a battle of two halves here.
That's very
And right
true
now,
statement.
their back is against the wall. That holding penalty is dangerous. 2nd and 20 right now.
Ball's on the 6-yard line, Coach.
You got to be able to protect the rock.
Telling you what, man, like you said, that's a very good point. The only 2 scores for Edgewater on 2 big, massive plays. It's not like they just went down and just dominated a drive. Cedric Baxter's a big part of that. Like we just see right here, Chase Carter, an explosive run. I feel like Edgewater just is capitalizing on big play after big play. If Jones can somehow, again, minimize that, they're looking at a great opportunity to either tie this game again or even take the lead soon. So we're just going to see how it plays out, but that was a great run by the quarterback.
Yeah, Jones has to steal something here. Whether it's an interception, whether it's a forced fumble, scoop and score, whatever the case may be. Currently we have 3rd and 8 here with double sticks. Inside run, and mama, that man at the door again. I'm trying to tell you, he's here to play. He's not playing around with him.
Yeah, now it's third and about 3, Coach Hayes. What's the call here? This is a big 3rd down conversion. What do we do? It looks like they're lining up quick. They're going to give it to timeout. That's a phenomenal timeout by Coach Elijah Williams. That is a possession changer right there. Now we're going to head off to break right here real quickly as they set the timeout. We'll be right back here on Orlando Varsity Sports Network.
No, check.
Nope, check. Sorry, audible. That was not a timeout. That was just a timeout by the refs.
The ball.
This is crazy. I'm telling you what, I've seen a timeout called on the sideline on Jones. Now the ref's telling us no, the play is in. What is going on? I guess we could just save that timeout for later. Right, Coach Hayes?
I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah, this is a funny game. Wow, no sir, they get stuffed.
Tigers.
Whoa, momentum is all Tigers, Coach.
Well, it's 4. Oh, they gave them the first down through the momentum right there.
Whoa.
They said forward progress keeps them in the game, keeps it going forward. Hey, the strike point their hand to the left, man. It's letting you know that. Guess what? It is first down. That's huge right there. Big stop by the Tigers.
That's a changer for both ways. You know, we thinking Jones is off the field. Nope. Once again, Edgewater stays on there. Great run by, again, a hard, tough run by the quarterback, Chase Carter.
As you can see right now, Jones is really manned up. They're faced in. We're stacking the box.
And yet again, Coach, another penalty.
Yeah, you know what's happening right now, man. Jones is so fast, and when you start seeing a lot of penalties like this, you know what's happening? The Jones Tigers are outrunning the offensive lineman, and they're forcing themselves to grab him because they're like, wait a minute, this guy too fast. He's getting there too fast. They just have to block and trust that Ford is going to see the block. He's going to make it off of it. That's why you're starting to get it. So you may see Coach Cam Duke change up from the outside zone more inside, because when you're running outside, these Tigers are running, baby. And when they're running like this, these old linemen, they got some big old linemen. I don't know if they can hang with them speed for speed, foot for foot. But let me tell you something, man. Another 10-yard penalty, that's huge right there. You just got out of it just barely.
Man.
And you put yourself right back in the same gauntlet, man. First and 10, 20-yard, first and 20, double sticks. What are we going to do?
I'm thinking they're going to give it to number 4 up the middle. Oh, beautiful, actually. I love the hard count there. Jones has been well disciplined because they are known for doing this to other teams. Edgewater gets it halfway back on the penalty. Another offsides on the defense. I mean, that's critical. You have to be disciplined. Watch the ball. That's what we talk, right, Coach? You got to watch the ball, and that goes for both sides of the ball.
Yeah, number 6 went out last play with a cramp. DeAndre Robinson, big time junior here. Dude is huge, but they end up getting a false start. Cuts a little bit off of that. Oh, the direct snap with the fake. And mama, there go that man again. I'm trying to tell you. Number 4 is dangerous, but guess what? Direct snap to the running back. The quarterback fakes as if the ball went over his head to get the guys looking and see. You know what I mean? Great call right there to throw some people off. 3rd and 7 and manageable, right? Think about that. 1st and 20, 3rd and manageable, and all that's off of the run game, man.
Now, do you give it right back to Cedric here, or you let Chase throw it? Because he hasn't really shown much in the passing game.
They're playing man right now. Can I get separation on the rollout? If it's not there, he's got the legs to get the first. We'll find out right now.
And they give it to that number 4, and 4 we trust, and great defensive play. Tripped him up. It looked like it was going to be a crease, but great defensive play to trip him up, force a fourth down. Now, this is tricky. It is fourth and about a yard and a half. Do you go for it on this side in a game like this? I think you punt. This could be – oh, no, it's third down. Again, with all these penalties, this is wild. Third down and 2. Hard count again. Jones does not fall for it this time. This could be a big stop, Coach Hayes. What do you think?
Yeah, right now, 3rd and 2, I'm giving it a 4. Straight up the gut, baby. I'm not going off there because I don't want to risk a holding penalty. I want to go straight ahead. There you go.
Phenomenal play call by Coach Duke. Again, the quarterback run. They have not game plan for number 3 in the run game, and this is showing. He's having crease after crease. They're over-pursuing the jet sweep. They're over-pursuing on C.J. Baxter, which has worked when they actually have the ball. But when number 3 takes it, he's having creases.
But it goes to show you how important 4 is, because those linebackers they vacated, right? Because they got to stop him. So the quarterback comes in. It's tough. 1st and 10 for the Eagles as they do a check with me call here with Coach Cam Duke on the sideline. You see the signaling out of control, and we're going to find out what happens. The Tigers have to find a way to get this ball back. That's a big-time run right there, Baylor. Let me tell you something, man. It was 1st and 10. Looks like he got a good, tough 7 or 8 out of that deal. 2nd down, he went downhill. And guess what, man? They led up with the offensive guard, right? Pulls up in there, takes it on. It looked like to be Malik Bryant, number 0 there in the middle at that point, man. And he's been relatively quiet in this game, man.
I don't know too many Eagles that play hard or are tough. But that number 4 right there makes all the difference in that stereotype. Them Eagles, I put that thing against any Tiger any day if he runs like that.
That guy's tough, man. Let me tell you. We're going to check it out. 2nd and 2 right now. Inside again, I told you. Got a different running back.
There's another penalty in the trenches, Coach. That could be huge. Set him back, and now you're looking at 1st and down, potentially to now 2nd and 12. So we're going to see really quickly if again, another penalty hurts the Eagles.
Yeah, and the back judge throws this. We got holding on the Eagles. That's a 10-yard penalty. Fortunately for them, it's not going to be 1st and 20. It'd be more like 2nd and 18. Or 12, yes, I apologize.
12, yeah.
Big shout out to my man right sitting next to me, my math teacher. What's your name, man?
George Brown.
George Brown, man. Big math teacher here, man, for the Jones Tigers, man. He's the PA announcer here at the stadium as well. He tapped me on my shoulder and said, Coach, your math wrong. Tighten up. 2nd and 9, actually. All of our math was wrong. I see a different running back. Could not catch his number. I know it's not 4. Looks like a different back there in the backfield. They're going to pound this thing out. It looks at about 3rd and 5. I'm looking at number 21 there. Looks like a Jalen Bowie, if I have that number correctly. It is dried up here, man. The ground, like I said, it still may be moist, but it should not affect the throwing of the ball unless the balls were just completely soaked. And right now, we may be able to see a pass, but one thing I know, the Jones Tigers are manned up. What they call backyard boogeyman. They playing man up, eyes on your man, cover your man, and safety clean up everybody else.
Wow, they sent the house. Cover 0. I knew eventually we were going to see this coverage. Cover 0. Coach Will sending the house. Stop us in the pass game. That did not happen there. There's 27 seconds and counting to end this quarter. That was huge to force a 4th and 12 to get the ball back to start the 4th quarter for the Tigers. This could be the change of pace in the game right here after this kick going into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, that's what you needed, man. Punt team is back out. You currently got a few seconds here. They'll probably let the quarter run out. It definitely will die here on this. And we'll be changing quarters before they can go ahead and snap this ball.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Going into the 4th quarter, we're going to send it down to Madison right here for a sideline update.
All right, guys, one thing we've seen a lot tonight, and you see a lot in football in general, is players coming off the field due to cramping. And I saw one of the girls on the sideline give a guy a swig of pickle juice. I asked her what that was all about, and she told me when they come off cramping, it's usually because of low sodium levels due to the loss of sweat, and the pickle juice helps replenish those sodium levels and helps prevent cramping in these players. So you learn something new every day, guys. Back to you.
Madison, okay. I would love to see you actually try that pickle juice while you were giving that update, because I'm sure you are needing hydration. So thank you for that update. I know Coach Will, he did that when I was at Oak Ridge. At halftime, he'd make us all drink a little cup of pickle juice to get the cramping out. In a game like this, I know emotions are high, so that's very important. I know Coach Hayes probably did the same thing when he was playing.
I had some before the game. I don't want to cramp up in the booth, baby.
That's true.
I'm an old man now.
Hey, that's right. You did come up with a pickle jar.
Hey, man, I might pull a hamstring sitting in this chair.
That's right. I might pull a vocal cord by screaming into this dang mic.
But pickle juice actually is an acquired taste, but once you get used to it, you actually like it.
Yeah, actually it's good stuff. No doubt about it. But here we go. To start the fourth quarter, 12 minutes left in this ball game. Number 2 Edgewater leads number 3 Jones 14-7. It's been a great football game, the tale of two halves, and all due to penalties. I think we've seen that yellow flag more than I've ever seen, and we gave credit to the refs in the beginning of the game, and then it just got weird. Like, we've seen a play from an incompletion to a giving the ball back to the ref. That's where the ball was down. Like, just insane game. But I'm telling you what, it all comes down to this fourth quarter. And yet again, lo and behold, refs aren't on the same page. But up here in the booth, we've been on the 4 page the entire night. But we're going to see what it looks like in the fourth quarter when this thing actually kicks off here shortly on VSN Orlando. Big shout out to our sponsors for today, the U.S. Marines and the Florida Highway Department of Safety Motors. Thank you guys for all you do and what you do for the communities. Without you guys, we aren't doing this show tonight. So again, big shout out to you guys. Also, big shout out to Bobby Latmore and Dan LaForest and their vision with Varsity Sports Network, really changing the game for high school sports. Without you guys, again, we're not doing this game. And again, shout out to the entire crew here for VSN Orlando. They are the workhorse behind this thing. I'm telling you what, we have the best crew. They are the real deal, including Madison Little, who's on the field right now in the rain. And I wish I could say the same thing right now about the rest, but they look like they need to get back to some coaching themselves and learning what to do and what not to do between quarters. I mean, you had a whole break between the fourth to figure out what's going on.
Rolling. We just got the foreplay whistle, so we're ready to rock and roll. White hat gave the signal. Let's go ahead and get this snap and punt, man. Kicking game has been awesome.
Oh, he sold. He should have blocked it.
They said he got
wait a second. They might not have wanted that. Oh, blocking the back. We don't have that penalty anymore, or we don't have that no call anymore in high school. Now we're playing flag football. Now looks like there might be some personal foul penalties that might actually benefit the Tigers here after that block in the back penalty, or it could really hurt the Tigers going backwards 30 yards if both the block in the back and unsportsmanlike is on the Tigers. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I saw a Edgewater Eagle come in there late to kind of make a play. Might have cost them and sold out the penalties there. But let's see what the refs say here. I mean, they've been interesting all night. We just talked about them. Coach Hayes, what do you think is going to be the call here?
Well, we already told you, man, Jaden Giddings, man, got a stride. He can definitely run. He caught that ball, took it around the corner. You know, I understand the blindside blocks and that point of attack, and I totally get it. I'm not going here to talk about it. That's a different show. But at the end of the day, it is a game of football. Anyway, yeah, it's a game of football, and that's just what it is, man. We got to be in here. We got to know how to block these guys with the rule changes. Couldn't tell what happened so far as the unsportsmanlike. The referees huddled up themselves, kind of figured it out. So we got 2 penalties. We're going to find out from the Whitehead if he signals up here to the booth exactly what happened, and maybe we can go from there. But apparently it looks like the Tigers, or it may be offsetting, and they may just give it to them right there, or maybe a re-kick. Who knows? Who knows at this point?
Yeah, I don't know what these refs are looking at, but it does look like both penalties were against the Tigers as they move back 30 yards from where they ended on that punt return block. Now, again, they're moving it up. So, again, you go back 15, then you go up 15. I mean, doesn't that tell you just to put the ball down offsetting?
Well, not necessarily, because remember, there's spot fouls. That's why they do it. So instead of them pulling out a calculator and telling no,
realize it's zero.
Because I said that one time, the ref told me. But what they do? Funny. Yeah, but what they do is they mark, because it's offsetting. It's not in
They
the
just
same
have to
spot.
show you, hey, this is what happened,
Well,
and this is how we got here.
There's no 7-yard penalty, right? Like in that sense. So you mark it off backwards and then you count it back 15 up this way.
According to the math teacher, 15 minus 15 is 0. I mean, I don't know. Or plus 15 minus 15 or negative 15 plus 15. We end at the same point. 0.
This guy here. Listen, I'm going to leave the stripes up to it, man. I'm not doing that. I'm here to watch a football game. Here we go, Tigers. Let's get this thing rocking. And he launches it.
Wow, wide open. You
but he
gotta
got
hit
blasted.
plays like that. That's
He got
wide open.
He got blasted. It was hard to look down there, man. Big old dude coming down your throat. You got to deliver that ball, and you could tell he kind of double clustered a little bit in that sense. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers as they take this on. They're down by a half. They're down by 7 points. Right now, they got to find a way to not just get across the line once, but twice in order to catch this W.
But Coach Hayes, you know what's funny? The second half, Jones hasn't really run the ball at all. It's been pass, 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 pass. So interesting game plan flip. They're trusting the quarterback. So let's see what we can do here. And as I'm looking at Coach Hayes, looking down at his paper, yet again, guys, watching it, another penalty, this time on the Tigers in a false start thing. Now they push the ball back 5 yards. I mean, I would love to know the stat line of penalties in this game when we're all said and done. There's so much talent on this field. I know they're frustrated and trying to play, but you still have to play within the game and in the rules. Right, Coach Hayes?
You're 100% right. And as we've done games, and I know Coach Elijah Williams is a real disciplinarian, and he's going to get on them for this, but this has plagued Jones throughout the years when it comes to penalties, man. But again, right, it's 3rd and double sticks. You try to throw the ball. He undershoots and skips it off the grass, man. The kid is not comfortable. We have to find out what he's comfortable at. And 7 points, you still got a full 12 or 11 and a half to go. Come on, don't panic. Take your time. Do what got you here.
Coach Hayes, man, the one thing as a quarterback that I trained, consistency. The last drive looked great. This drive, I don't know if he's ever thrown a football. I mean, it's just in the dirt twice. Now he flushes out. Now he looks more comfortable. And then he throws it in the dirt for the 3rd time. That is not okay, guys.
So what happens
we have
is
to figure this out.
Yeah, but here's what happens, Balin. And there's what they call scramble drills. I know you know this. Quarterback's in trouble. What I happen to see from the receivers, everybody stops and watches him.
Yes.
Nobody, the deepest doesn't come back, the shortest doesn't go deep. Give him something to throw at. Now he's fighting for his life. You got to help him. You got to give him.
We watching the receivers. He threw it to where they were outside on the sideline, doing absolutely
Just
nothing. For him,
you got to
not
work
helping
for
him. So he has no choice but to throw it to the sideline. Now it could have been a better throw. Honestly, more of a chance in the outside on a flood concept. But at the end of the day, this quarterback looks completely different every drive. Where is the consistency? And I know Coach Will has definitely coached him better than that. But, man, I'm telling you what, this kicker right here is lighting it up in the air. Whoa! Wow, fumble! Holy cow!
I told you he was asleep.
That might be play of the game. If you guys haven't seen a hit, he is out. Whoa!
Real quick.
Hey, someone really needs to check up on him. That is not okay, guys. Prayers to that player, but that is not okay, guys. Prayers, seriously.
Hold on.
That kid flew from the other 40. Guys, pray.
Hey, listen.
Wow.
It was a big shot, man. Right now, the young man is knocked out. You can tell it, right? They'll get him up. We have to make sure. I understand that the crowd is super excited. That was a super big hit. The young man he's still knocked out, and they'll get him up. The training staff is there.
He's out. They wouldn't do that.
Listen.
Prayers, guys, prayers.
Listen. Balin got it.
Yeah, guys, this is not. Yeah, for the viewers watching, again, this is a game. We're all fun, but at the end of the day, it's about these players, about the safety of these players, and that is. Football is unfortunately a violent sport, and that's why there is a lot of penalties now, because they're trying to clean it up to make it more of, more fundamentally sound. But guys, that is it's just hard to explain, because you want to be like great hit, but at the end of the day, it's about these players, and I really do hope that he is okay, that he stands up. He is getting up right now. That is a great sign right there. Great job. But my goodness, what a hit we just witnessed on VSN Orlando. I'm so glad that player's okay, Coach Hayes. So glad.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been if it was number 8. If it was number 18, based on Edgewater's roster, that would have been Jatorian Duke Mack. Like I said, it's a returner based on the roster that we have, number 18.
Wow. There it is, Coach. When you... Yep. I completely agree, Coach Hayes, and I'm telling you what, that was a huge hit and a momentum change. Unfortunately, some of the momentum got kind of restricted because of the injury, which is more about the player, which I totally am for. That's not okay for players getting hurt, but Jones does need to capitalize on this massive turnover with 10 minutes and 42 seconds winding down in the fourth quarter. This is where it all matters on this drive. Jones, here's the snap, flips it forward. We got an outside rush. He cuts it up. Great defensive play by number 12. That is phenomenally disciplined, fundamental football right there. Great tackle. But again, Jones has got to figure out what they need to do to get on the board right now. It's 3rd and short, 3rd and about 3 yards. With 10 minutes and 17 seconds winding down. This is very critical to get this first down. This is, in my opinion, Coach Hayes, 2-down territory right here. They need to get this first down. G. Maxon is back in the gun. It looks like a bunch set to the left. He inside zone, hands it off. Great play up front in the trenches for the Eagles, really pushing them back. It looked like he had a slimmer of hope, but now it's going to be 4th and about an inch or 2. They need to go for it. All the momentum's here, Coach Hayes. 4th and inches. What are we doing here? We got to go for it.
If we say 4 and trust, we 4 for the Eagle. I go 7, we trust for the Tigers. Right. 7 got to get back there.
I love that.
Look at big old dude.
Put him back in Wildcat.
Listen, you got 17 coming in. I got 7. He's already there. Guess what? But this is why I don't understand why people still do shotgun, right? But it is what it is. It's a new age of football. I got to go 5 yards back to get 1 yard. Good.
That was a great push for the Eagles, but first down, Tigers. You cannot stop 6'3", 240 pounds running at you. I don't care who you are. That's a guaranteed first down.
I tell people, right, interceptions, fumble recoveries are good, but big-time special teams plays change the momentum of games. And that big-time hit, look at, the crowd is going crazy.
It's crazy.
I just thought, listen, I saw grandmas up, they dancing. The band is going crazy. No more ponchos. I think I saw somebody doing a cartwheel. It is out of control here.
Yeah, but Coach Hayes, like we alluded to earlier, special teams is the name for Jones. That's why they've been able to get big plays is through special teams. And they need to capitalize here if they want a shot at this football game.
Listen, one thing I can tell you right now, great tackle by Elijah Edwards, man, the defensive lineman for Edgewater. That dude came backside, chased that thing all the way down. When he chased that down on the backside, these Eagles are swarming to the ball. I have to tell you straight up, when you get tackled, it's not just one white jersey on you. There's a bunch of white jerseys on you, man. This is a great finish right here, man.
They need to capitalize. It is now 2nd and long. Back to pass in the gun. He slides up, doesn't like it. We talked about a scramble drill. Where are they? Now we have a penalty, potential holding, trying to protect the quarterback. Guys, we have to do a better job. When you see a quarterback coming out of the pocket, you got to either work towards him or upfield to give him a chance to make a throw here. There was only one option, and he was running a post the complete opposite way of where the quarterback was going. He's lucky that wasn't an intentional grounding because nobody was there. Yes, he was outside of the pocket, but nobody was there. Fortunately and unfortunately, Jones got a 10-yard penalty on a holding call. They do repeat 2nd down, but now they find themselves in a big hole.
Yeah, right now it's interesting to find out. You got holding right here from the offense. Again, another 10-yard penalty on the offense. Right now, Jones is literally working their way out of scoring, right? Just simply due to penalties. You are literally working yourself out of scoring. It is currently right now 2nd and 25, and your passing game has not been big except across the middle of the field, and I've seen them getting away from that. Get back to the middle of the field, Coach. I promise you, it's open. 2 high safeties, and they're shallow right now. They are shallow. They're not playing the sticks. You got it. Middle of the field, baby.
Beautiful, beautiful pitch and catch. That looked very smooth. He was rolling to his right, made a beautiful touch pass down the sideline. That is the big plays that Jones is used to doing throughout the season. That is a spark play. Now they find themselves inside the red zone. They have to score here. They're on the 10-yard line, Coach Hayes. Here we go.
Can I be honest with you? Jabari Smith on that great catch, but it's number 7 time right now, baby. I'm loading the box, and we're going to see what we're going to do. Guess
Let's
what?
roll and go, baby.
Hey,
roll and
3
go.
yards in the cloud of dust, baby. Let's get it.
It might be the Wildcat, but they can move like turtles back into that end zone for them Turpins. They're sticking with G. Maxine there. They're going to hand off inside zone. Gets completely blown up in the backfield.
And I'm sorry for interrupting, but here's the beautiful part about Wade. He can also throw the ball.
Exactly.
So that's the deal, right? The deal is they see him right now. Edgewater is much bigger than Jones up front, right? Maybe not just offensive line, but even on their perimeter guys like your tight ends, your skill guys. My thing is, if I get Wade in the game, they have to respect the run, but they also got to respect that he can throw the football.
I agree. Now they're on the 16-yard line, about 2nd and 12. He hands it off again, but he actually does, and he throws it into double coverage. I don't like that call. You're throwing a bang 8 and cover 4. Safety has no threat on the outside. He's staying right in the middle. That's just a pick waiting to happen. You got to see that as a quarterback. I don't like the throw there. I like the play call, but I would like a slant from the outside receiver, something underneath that's going to open up the middle of the field for them. I think he got a little too greedy there, Coach Hayes, and try to make a play when he really didn't need to.
Yeah, the safety's still working on himself. Devin Thomas over there. I know he had the pick to kind of pretty much seal this game or at least take away a possession from the Tigers. But right now he knows now you're in a situation, right? Again, you got to win first downs. We're not winning those first downs, 3rd and 12. And Jones has had plenty of opportunities to at least tie this game up.
Here he goes, rolls to his left. He's wide open in the back of the end zone. Let it rip. He threw it short. Oh, my goodness, he had him open. It's about timing when you roll out. The quarterback has got to throw the ball on time. He is late, and I'm telling you, there we go. You are in the heads. Jones is in the heads right now of Edgewater. Edgewater dropped the pick. He's probably emotional. Now he throws a couple blows in a shoving match because he wants to show that he's tougher, and now you just cost him a penalty. 1st and 10, Jones, on the unsportsmanlike conduct, Coach Hayes.
Yeah, and again, man, these are the kind of plays that I'm telling you, this is why coaches get gray hair. Because right now, Coach Cam Duke is on the other side of the field. He can't really see. He's asking his guys that's sitting right on top of us, what's going on? And now your players get engaged in foolishness, and you get caught. The second guy always gets caught throwing the punch. Hopefully he doesn't get ejected. Automatic first down.
And Hayes, that was after a great defensive play. That's 4th and 12. That was 4th down. Now you give them 1st and goal on the 4-yard line.
Well, it's not a spot. It's dead ball foul, so it's already 4.
Oh, so it's still 4th down.
Still
4th and 4.
Well,
Okay.
4th and 4, but can get a first
in
order to get
sense.
the first. But I'm
4th
just saying,
down, guys. Here it is.
Unbelievable.
4th and 4. I'm pretty sure there's a timeout by Coach Elijah Williams. He's probably going to put his best play call right here to make sure and we ensure that there is a touchdown on this play or at least a first down to move the chains.
Listen, Coach Williams still got it because that dude ran all the way down there to call that timeout. So I think Coach still got some wheels.
Oh, he does, Coach. Hey, one thing about Coach Will, he's going to stay in shape, my guy.
All right, real quick, while we're on this timeout, we're going to take it to a commercial break right here on Varsity Sports Network.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world, always connected, but somehow alone, trapped by illusion. We offer another path, where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling, united by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
We're the Tigers from Jones High School, and this is Game of the Week on Varsity Sports Network.
And we are back with the Varsity Sports Network here on the Orlando channel. I am Balin Trujillo along with co-host Kyle Hayes, the coach Kyle Hayes. And right now it is 4th and 4. Jones has an opportunity to get the first down or potentially tie this game, Coach Hayes, here on 4th down. We're ready to roll. They're in the gun. He does a false start penalty. You just got out of a timeout. I know this is one thing that Coach Will is very big on. You listen to him in a timeout, and sure enough, they got too excited, right, Coach?
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, like I say, you give some and you take some away. You just had a penalty, got you there within, relatively easier chance to convert the first down. Now you lose 5 yards for a false start. Guys, we
fourth and 4 to fourth and 9 is
focus,
big,
man. You got 4th and 4 is big. Now it's 4th and 8.
Yeah. But here's an interesting stat, Coach. You ready for this? Yeah. Dylan Wade has been on the sideline this drive due to cramping.
So guess what? Get him some pickle juice, man.
Pickle juice, baby. Jump ball fade, back of the end zone. Touchdown, Jones! Beautiful back line throw by the quarterback. Wow! But even better catch. If you guys watch the replay, he was definitely inbounds. That was a sure touchdown for the Tigers. It took a little longer for dramatic feel, but that was much needed for the Jones Tigers. Now it's 13-14, Hayes. What do you do?
Kick the field goal,
Kick
baby!
the field goal.
Let me tell you something. The young man that jumped off is the same young man that caught the touchdown. That goes, again, back to coaching. I trust you. You may have messed up, but I trust you to win this ball game, or at least tie this ball game up for us to put us back in it, man. Right now, we got to make sure that the kicker who doesn't have his jersey tucked in going to make this bad boy. This is huge right here, ladies and gentlemen. High snap. Kick is up. It's blocked.
The kick is blocked.
He cannot return it.
He can't return off a block, extra point.
But let me tell you something.
Oh, my goodness.
The cornerback here, number 8, I was looking at him for Edgewater. He had been a little mouthy, Jermichael Montgomery, and he ended up, I believe, giving up the touchdown. You can't return kicks. You can't return block kicks in high school, ladies and gentlemen. But let me tell you something. Special team momentum. Special team momentum. Yep. I tell people, it's not just interceptions and not just touchdowns. Special teams is the 33% of victory in life. Trust me, you have to understand, these are huge. You can't just practice it one time a day. You have to give it the same respect you give offense and defense, because this is why most teams lose close games, is due to special teams.
You are absolutely
so unfortunate
correct
for Jones right there.
Dang. So now we have the Tigers, the number 3 ranked team, find themselves down after a great play on 4th down, 14-13 to number 2 Edgewater, with 6:36 remaining in the entire football game. And as it's been shown throughout 3 or 4 quarters, Edgewater is controlling this clock through the run game. This could be very pivotal in this football game based off that blocked extra point.
Can't return it in the end zone. That's what they need.
Great kick.
Make them go the whole way, stall out. Hopefully you get them 3 and out here. Hopefully there's something that they fumble the ball or whatever the case may be. It throws them off. You get a punt. You got short field. Remember, you're only down by 1, right? Not 21, so you don't have to panic.
Correct.
Still got to have the field. We're probably getting ready to take a water break here.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to go over some scores here, Coach Hayes.
Go for it, buddy.
Some updates on some scores around Central Florida. We have Lake Mineola up 54-0 on East Ridge. We have Toho Palica up 40-6 on St. Cloud. That's a pretty impressive game here. We also have American Heritage and Chaminade Madonna tied at 28 apiece. That's pretty impressive. Lee County up 51-0 on Lake Gibson. That's interesting. Haines City down 7-6 to Winter Haven. That's a pretty big matchup, an evenly matchup. We have Lyman up 26-7 over Lake Howell. Impressive by Coach Jones over there at Lyman in that. 42-0 Braves over Freedom right now. Completely shellacking in the third quarter. That's a great response for Johnson and those Boone Braves. We have Lakeland up 19-14 in the third quarter. That is going to be interesting finish there for the Osceola Cowboys with a K. We have Trinity Christian over Bowles 21-14. That's a pretty interesting matchup in the Jacksonville area. Ocoee up 21-0 still, and Haggerty still up 3-0. Those are some scores, and we're back with the action.
Here we go. 1st and 10. The rain is beginning to fall again. They give it to 4. They trust, but Jones Tigers are pouncing on the prey. Guess what? Will we have some eagle legs here later?
They finally won the battle first down there. Now
yes,
they find themselves behind the chains, which is not normal for Edgewater.
Second and long here. That's where you want these guys. Get them in a 3-and-out situation. Look for the play action. Look for the rollout. The young man is right-handed, right? But the offensive coordinator
with speed.
But the quarterback has been rolling him. The coordinator has been rolling him to the left. Now you have a right-handed field to you. They've been running the rollout with the quick out. You have it. Jones is playing man right now.
Yep.
Can they stick him deep? Can they do this? You got a short safety in this deal. Let's go. Here it is, double screen.
There's a slip screen. Oh, my goodness. Jones read that like a book. That could have been serious problems for the Eagles if he would have intercepted that football, Hayes. Oh, my goodness. I love that they came back to that play because that play was a big hitter in the first quarter. But, man, did Jones read that like a book. And I'm telling you what, thank goodness.
Because it was actually to the house, actually.
Oh, that was gone. It was whoever picked that off in the secondary, see you later. Stats reservations for 6.
Right, and very interesting as well. Like you said, that was a forward pass, so it stops the clock.
And guess what? It's 3rd and 14, Coach Hayes. What are we doing here? This is pretty much the game for Eagles.
You got 2 high safeties.
To seal a deal here.
Middle of the field is open, baby.
Sack the quarterback. Wow. Phenomenal play by the Tigers.
And he's down not because of his knee. Not because of his knee, but because of his forearm. A lot of people think your knee has to be down. If your forearm is down, you are considered down right now. So big play right here by the Tigers. The defense
4th and 20,
step up.
Coach Hayes. 4th and 20 with 5:21 and counting left in this football game. Jones is going to have a short field when they get this ball, unless it's been a crazy kick. But I'm telling you what.
Well, they whiffed
this
one already.
This is wild.
Hold on. This is what I talked about. 3 and out, short side of the field, this side of the 50. The rain is starting to fall, but this kicker has kind of shanked one before. I hope I'm not putting the voodoo woo-woo on him. But here we go. We can take that.
There's a shank.
Get away, Peter.
And
guess
what?
Get away from the
ball. The Tigers touched the ball.
Get away from the ball. Sorry, the coach came out.
Wow. Special teams play for the Eagles. Unbelievable. All you had to do was get away.
Peter means get away. I'm losing it here.
What a play and momentum shift, guys. If Jones would have got the ball, they would have been at the 32-yard line. But instead, the Eagles recover the fumble. Now they're at their 36-yard line. That is huge, guys. Huge game changer right there.
You got to get your guys aware of those situations. Let's go. Here we go. To the house. Almost. They flipped him over, baby. But listen, you got to get your guys prepared. You know he didn't have a strong leg. And I hate to say this. I have been seeing it throughout the game. When the ball lands short on punts, don't get lackadaisical. It is an oblong object. It bounces in various different ways. If it touches you, it's a live ball. Get away. Treat it like it's got the plague, man.
Wow, big game-changing play there on special teams. 2nd and about 3. I'm telling you, we're going to see the 4-page, the 4 bust, and 4 we trust, and then the 4 we bust. All drive long to end this football game. Wow, what a play right there, Coach Hayes.
Yeah, they're going to milk you literally in the 4-minute drive right now. You have 4 minutes and 7.65 seconds, man. So you're right now, they're in 4-minute mode. Keep getting first downs. Keep the clock running, right? Tell your players if you're on the sideline, stay in bounds, right? Eat this clock as much as you can. For most people, I'm not sure if you can tell on our video feed, but once the referee in the back holds his hands up, that means the quarterback has 10 seconds to snap it, since they're not play clocks in high school, or at least at this particular stadium. This is where strategy comes in, not just brute brawn and X and O's.
And he fumbled the snap again. Chase Carter does fall on it. Again, in the rain conditions, anything can happen. There's a lot more game to be played. There's still 3:30 and counting. Coach Elijah Williams at Jones knows how to manage the clock well on defense as well. He has 2 timeouts in his pocket. He did call one earlier in that 4th and goal when they scored the touchdown. But again, how do you use that? Do you use it now or do you wait? Now they find themselves behind the chains on 1st down. It's 2nd and 14 based off that fumble. This is a great play right here to call a timeout after this down right here, and they have a chance.
If you get a legitimate stop, you call timeout. Work it on 4th down. You got to go ahead and call it right now, Coach.
3rd and 8. Now the rain is coming in hard.
If you don't call this right here, it's going to hurt you.
Very critical right here, Coach Hayes. The rain is coming.
It's all up to the clock operator on how this thing works. We got an injury timeout real quick here on the thing. If you want, we can go ahead and take a quick break. All right, based on this injury timeout, we will be right back on VSN Sports.
Marijuana can impair your ability to drive, and that affects much more than just you. Drive baked, get busted.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
We're the Tigers from Jones High School, and this is Game of the Week on Varsity Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Varsity Sports Network on the Orlando channel. I'm Balin Trujillo along with co-host Kyle Hayes. I just want a quick reminder for the listeners and the viewers, at the end of this game, stay tuned for the FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com scoreboard show with Josh Wilson. Going to go over all the scores across the state. It's going to be a great show, something to look forward to. But right now, there's 2 minutes and 53 seconds left of this phenomenal football game, the game of the year. Here we go, Coach Hayes.
All right,
line it up.
Balin. 3rd and 8 Balin right here. They got to get the first down. I think, there we go. Great play call. Hold on to the rock. Hold on to the rock. Don't fight. Stay in bounds. You got to stay in bounds. You got to play the game. Put your pride to the side.
That's a timeout for Jones. That's an easy timeout for Jones. Yes, it is a first down, but the clock will stop.
You have to stay in bounds on those situations. Put your pride down, get down, lay down, so we can get on the bus so we can boogie down. You understand?
Actually, the time is rolling. The refs called it inbounds. So the clock is rolling. 2:25 and rolling. 1st and 10. The snap they give to C.J. Baxter. He's going up for about 3 or 4 yards. He's probably going to blow it dead here. The timeouts to start rolling in now, guys. Now it's 2:14 and counting. The
no timeout yet.
Got to start rolling in. This game is getting a little bit out of hand for the Jones Tigers.
Well, it's not. No timeouts have been called yet. It's still 2nd down. I still think Edgewater is snapping it a little too fast. If you watch the referee in the back end, the back judge, he throws his hands up. That gives you 10 seconds. That lets the quarterback know that he has 10 seconds to snap the ball. So they're snapping it a little bit fast. There was no timeout call. The clock is clicking. We're literally at 1:45. 1 point differential in this deal right now.
Yeah.
Man.
Now, Hayes, I'm going to remind you about something that happened about a year ago.
Well, talkie quick because they about to snap.
Jones was down. 30 seconds left. They go and they strike with 2 seconds left to send it to overtime. Are we seeing something maybe
There's the
like
referee.
That this year?
Hand is up. He's counting. Hold on to the ball. This game, listen, can I tell you something? No, he didn't fumble that ball. Let me tell you something.
Oh, wow.
This game kind of started off a little, but guess what, man? Coach is up out of his seat. And this is why I told you I had to make sure I stretch before I get out here. I've been to pull a hamstring, Dan.
It's 3rd and 5. There's 1:03 seconds left in the game. The game is counting down. I don't know if there's no timeouts left. I don't know what the scenario is, but now there's under a minute left. 3rd and 4. Edgewater seems to be rolling the clock. Unless Coach Williams is pretty much sending a message to his football team like, guys, this is unacceptable, but I just don't see that happening. So there might not be – I just don't know if they're –
they don't have any timeouts. They don't have any timeouts.
Okay, that makes sense because I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. But, wow, what a game for the Eagles. Timeout Eagles, 37 seconds left remaining in the game. 3rd and 5. Pretty much you make one run, get under 30, it's over. So we're going to send it to Madison Little right now. Or actually, no, we're not because this is a quick timeout. So we're going to send you to break right now, and we'll be back right here on the Varsity Sports Network Orlando.
In sports, we wear all types of equipment to protect ourselves from injury. One of the most important, yet neglected parts of the body are the ankles.
Research shows that more than 30% of all sports injuries are ankle-related. Preventing an injury is key in any sport and applies to any job where you're on your feet all day as well.
Prevent Sprain socks were scientifically designed and engineered for support, stability, and performance.
Stay active with PreventSprainSocks.com.
We're the Tigers from Jones High School, and this is Game of the Week on Varsity Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this, man, this game has gotten exciting really quick. There's literally 1 point differential in this game, 14-13. The Eagles are leading this deal. I don't believe Tigers have any timeouts left. 37.3 seconds left on the clock. In 4, we trust in third in about 4. He probably get this handoff real quick, stay in bounds, take it to the knee, make it super simple, and he might take it to the house, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, that's ball game, first down. We will be seeing a knee here coming up because there's nothing else they can do, and the Tigers literally had it in their claws and in their paws.
Wow, the Edgewater Eagles sideline is going bananas right now. They know the game is pretty much in the bag. I knew Jones had several timeouts, which is why I was confused. They just took the timeout there on first down. I don't understand what that was about, but it isn't for us to understand. And I know Coach Williams knows what he's doing. He's going to get those guys ready for the remainder of the season. But they will see Edgewater again later in the playoffs. And this time, based off this loss at home, we might find themselves in College Park against the Eagles away in the playoffs. So we will almost certainly see this game again, which is very exciting. 14-13. It's going to be an Edgewater Eagles win unless something insane like a fumble or I don't know. Anything dramatic can happen in football, but we know as of right now it's pretty much sealed the deal. But again, Coach Hayes, what a phenomenal football game this has been.
Very phenomenal, man. Like I say, I don't know the situation. It's 1st and 4. Coach Will just calls a timeout now. Maybe he has one more in his bag. But right now, in 31 seconds, that is not enough time to stop the clock. Even if you had 3, you can't stop it. He's already burned up 1. They basically should come here, take a knee, get up out this deal, victory formation. Again, I know victory formation is a little different. It's in shotgun now. It's not up on the center like it used to be. But as that being said, man, this should be what it is. Victory formation, and we'll be closing this.
The best play in football right here, Coach Hayes, for a quarterback is the victory formation, and we just saw it by Chase Carter. Another timeout by Jones. Interesting here. I don't understand what's going on. Now they're rolling the clock. That's it. So that is your ball game, guys. The Edgewater Eagles, the number 2 ranked team in our Central Florida top 10 for the huddle. Final score, 14. Number 3, Jones, 13. All due to special teams. I think that was the highlight of the game for both sides. The block extra point gives the Eagles the 1-point victory. Great job to both teams. Phenomenal job to both coaches. We will see this game again, Coach Hayes.
We definitely will, man. Like I said, let me tell you something. The Eagles came out on fire. And here's the funny thing, right? They come out the second play of the game. Cedric Baxter takes it 92 yards. Really kind of kept them under wraps. They did a great job so far as the Tigers. Then what? The second play after the half, he pops about a 50 or 60-yarder. Bam. The Tigers could never really get it going, but special teams was big for them, and penalties became their nemesis.
Man.
So with all that being said, for myself, Coach Kyle Hayes, and the quarterback coach, Balin Trujillo, we are here on Varsity Sports Network. Thank you, and we'll catch you again.
Yes, sir. And again, at the end of this game, stay tuned for the FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com scoreboard show with Josh Wilson. I'm going to go over all the scores of the game. But great job, Edgewater Eagles, with the victory tonight, 14-13 over number 3 Jones away on the road. Very impressive, resume win for the Eagles. But we're going to send it down to Madison Little soon. But again, I'm very excited about what's to take place here in the next couple weeks. This is only week 4 of high school football. Again, these are probably 2 of the best programs in Central Florida. We saw it live today. You guys got to see Cedric Baxter, 2 touchdown rushes, the difference in this football game. Special teams with the muffed punt at the end of the game. That was pretty much the difference maker. Jones gets that. We don't know what we're talking about right now, but they didn't. That's part of football. It is what it is. I pray that everybody is injury-free on both sides of the ball. Everybody gets home safely tonight in this crazy rain weather. And again, another great night of varsity sports action on VSN Network, all across different channels. Again, a reminder, our Daytona Game of the Week, Lake Mary versus Lake Brantley, has been rescheduled for tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Lake Brantley. That game will be televised live on our Daytona Network. Again, Lake Brantley, Lake Mary has been moved to 11 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday, at Lake Brantley for the Mayor's Cup. and that's going to be an exciting football game, guys. Again, I am joined with Kyle Hayes. I am Balin Trujillo. It's been a pleasure for you guys listening to today's broadcast. Looking forward to you guys staying tuned with VSN throughout the year, seeing our biggest matchups moving forward. And again, if this doesn't excite you, what you saw tonight, I don't know what else does, Coach Hayes.
I'm trying to tell you, man, listen, great game. They fought it down to the end. Like I said, it came out. We saw some big plays. We saw the Tigers fight back. They clawed and scratched. We saw the Eagles soaring. I'm telling you, man, this is what high school football is all about two big programs fighting this thing down to the end, to the very end, man. And it's a great job out there.
Coach Hayes, after watching this game, dude of the week has to be Cedric Baxter, right?
It is Cedric Baxter, and what we're getting ready to do is we're going to get ready. We got Cedric Baxter coming around here in a few seconds here. We're going to get an exclusive interview here with our own Madison Little. But with that being said, man, this guy right here is a true horse. And let's take it down to Maddie Little right now.
Texas commit.
All right, guys, Madison Little with number 4, Cedric Baxter. You guys extended your streak to 4-0. Why have you been so successful this season?
Well, I know part of my success is the O-line. I give all the praise to them, the O-line, the receivers, everybody who just blocked for me. But other than that, we've been bonding real well, just coming together, playing as a team. Know me, it's all about we. So.
And how did that Duncanville trip kind of help you guys come together?
We played Duncanville.
Oh, I'm sorry. But anyway, your quarterback, Chase Carter, he's been pretty dominant for you guys this season. How has he been able to help you make the plays you've been able to make?
Oh yeah, his dominance take all the eyes off me. So just him being able to run the ball extremely well, and me being able to run the ball extremely well, just we able to balance it out.
And how are you going to build on this moving forward? This was your first district game. You have 3 more. So how are you going to build on this?
Definitely get back to practice. We made a lot of mistakes, mental mistakes. Just get back to practice and get better day by day.
All right. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And we just heard back from the Texas commit, Cedric Baxter, who Coach Hayes was able to cover in his commitment video. If you haven't seen that commitment video, go to CoachHayesFootball.com or check out his YouTube channel, subscribe to it. You'll get to see what a cool event that was and what he did to really show the world why he's going to Texas and how he did it. But Coach Hayes, again, talk about Cedric Baxter as we close out this show.
Yeah, man, I mean, I've had a chance to know him, man, actually since he was a very young guy, from Pop Warner days, man. Big-time guy, but here's what's most important about him. Great dude, man. Great family, great support system, and very humble, man. So I love to see guys like that, excel. Cedric Baxter, like I said, did an excellent job tonight putting the team behind him. And when he needed it, he popped the 2 big ones, man, and took those guys and led the Eagles, man, ride this thing out to a victory.
Yep, and that should do it for our game here at Jones High School. Again, your final score, the number 2 Edgewater Eagles 14, the number 3 Jones Tigers 13. We are Bobby Latmore, Balin Trujillo, and Coach Hayes. Stay tuned again for the FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com scoreboard show with Josh Wilson right after the conclusion of this game. Again, thank you guys, and God bless. Have a blessed night and a great weekend, and go Canes.
Good night. Go Canes, baby.
We're often asked, what's more important in retirement, having a great plan or working with a great advisor? The answer is that both are vitally important to your retirement success. Retirement planning is not just a one and done. Even the best plans will need to be adjusted. That's exactly why you need an experienced partner to guide you on your journey. How confident are you? Call us today for a second opinion.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected, but somehow alone. Trapped by illusion. We offer another path, where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling. United by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marine.